Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name's Laura and today we're going to do another pick a card tarot and oracle reading, and this time we are going to ask who your next life partner, future spouse, significant relationship is, okay? I know that so many different people have different ideas of what they want their long-term relationship to look like. A lot of people want to get married. Some people don't want to get married. They just want a life partner. That is fine. And so I wanted this reading to be inclusive no matter what category you fall into. So apply it to whatever resonates with you. And by the way, if it looks very much darker than my normal readings, it is because my lights broke. I had 3 different lights, 2 box lights and a ring light, and all of them broke. So I'm on the struggle bus right now. My desk is also falling apart. I'm trying my best. I do not make that much money from these YouTube videos, so I am just absolutely trying my best. If you guys want to help me out, all donations will go into new lighting and a new desk this month. So the link to that is, or the options for that is in the description box. Or you can just buy a personal reading with me. I would appreciate it. I love paying my bills. Okay, but that announcement aside, let's dive into your reading now. So what I need you to do is just breathe deeply, relax, stretch your muscles if you feel called to, get cozy up with a nice cup of tea. I'm just drinking water right now, but I think I'll make some peppermint tea halfway through this video. And ask out loud to yourself, your higher self, the universe, God, whatever you want to call it. I've been getting some complaints about people saying that I use the word universe. Please respect that other people have different vocabulary for the same exact thing, okay? Some people call it spirit, some people call it universe, some people call it Allah, some people call it God, some people call it fill in the blank. It is all the same thing in my book, okay? So let's not get caught up in the vernacular. All right. Anyways, ask whoever the heck you want who your future spouse is, what that relationship will look like. And once you've done so, take a look at all 3 of the groups on screen. We have group number 1 with the Navajo Sandstone from Utah, Arizona region. We have group number 2 with the Rainbow Moonstone, which comes from somewhere I am unfamiliar with. And group number 3 with the Rose Quartz. Okay, all 3 of these stones have powerful vibrations when it comes to attracting love and peaceful, harmonious relationships. So select whichever one you're feeling the most called in towards. In this reading, I would only recommend selecting one group as opposed to other readings where it may be okay to select multiple, unless you're like polyamorous. Okay, because these are gonna tap into different people. Okay, so unless you're polyamorous, only pick one group. All right, let's dive into your reading now. Group number 1, welcome. Let's see who your next or final, next and final future spouse, long-term partner, life partner is going to be, okay? I am selecting 4 cards from the Wild Unknown Archetypes Oracle. If you're unfamiliar with this deck is split into 4 different sections: an archetype, a location, a tool, and an initiation, a reason for doing something. So we're going to dive into, by the way, you've selected the Navajo Sandstone. The Navajo Sandstone is a stone that's really great for harmonizing relationships, and it brings so much peace and elegance and simplicity to our life. It's very, very beautiful, powerful, sacred stone. Anyways, we're going to take a dive into your person's archetype and the archetype they will be bringing into your relationship. So it's kind of like a 2-for-1 special here, where we'll be looking into this person's energy, their archetype with you, as well as a little bit into the relationship itself. So the archetype that's coming out is the Queen. Oh my gosh, I love this. Okay. So if you're attracted to divine feminine energy, oh my gosh, this person is powerful. And if you're attracted to divine masculine energy, this person is going to be treating you like a queen. Even if you're super gay, like if you are a gay man, this person, there's something queenly about them. I'm seeing drag queen for some of you, so obviously this isn't going to resonate for everyone, but some of y'all, this person might be into drag queen. They may be a drag queen, they could be into drag, things like that. But that is only going to apply for like a very small percentage of you. Anyways, for the majority of you, this is someone who really admires and respects this queenly energy. I'm getting a message for another small percentage of you. You may be from, or this person may be from, a country that has a monarchy, okay? Like England, for example. But anyways, we're going to read all about this. Like her counterpart, the king, the queen has a dualistic nature. Either she presides over the realm with grace and eloquence that comes from the heavens to uplift the spirit of others, or she falls into petty, contemptuous moods, casting a shadow across the land. If the king is the ego, the queen is the expression of that ego in the world. She is the lotus's bloom, the dancer's bow, the moon's radiant reflection. When the queen is seated in her rightful and righteous place, she is patient and forgiving. She waits for the grace of God and goddess to move through her, striving and grasping for nothing. To be the benevolent leader, to embody the queen, is to settle into a deep trust, resolve, and power. The royal queen fears nothing, for divinity itself cradles her heart. Speaking of queens, here's Luna. She looks like a black mass of nothingness because she's a black cat and the light doesn't work. But she just wanted to say hi and she's going to go off and do her own thing. I'm getting a deep patience and respect coming from this person. Like they really are someone who uplifts you and gives you space to express your ideas, your thoughts, your opinions. Okay, this person, no matter their gender, no matter their energy structure, they are someone who listens to what you want, what you have to say, your ideas, and they really make sure that they go out of their way to do something special about that. For example, let's just say you mentioned to this person, oh, I've never been to like an orchestra and I really would like to do that. They're going to keep that as a mental note in their mind. And then later on, like maybe a few months later, they surprise you with tickets to the orchestra. And they're like, I remembered that you wanted to go there. So I planned this special date, this special evening for you. So even if there's somebody who's in their queen energy, they are the type to listen to their royal subjects and give them what they want. And if they are not more divine feminine energy, if they're more masculine or gender non-binary, they simply just listen, no matter what the gender is. That's what I'm saying. Like, don't get caught up on the fact that it's the word queen. Okay, they are extremely just graceful and elegant. And even the fact that you picked the Navajo sandstone, this is a very regal stone. I'm getting wealth as well. This person may have a lot of wealth that they've built for themselves. I am seeing owning property, owning land of some sort, so that's really great. They feel to be someone who enjoys finer quality things, okay? So they don't like things like fast fashion per se, like they want to invest into finer elegance. I don't know why this is giving me Taurus energy. They don't have to be a Taurus. I'm just picking up on Taurus energy here. You could be a Taurus too. All right. We have the cave coming out as the location. Let's read all about it. So this is where that archetype resides, the queen of the cave. Oh, man. Yeah, this person dresses really well. I can see it in my head. It's like simple yet elegant, you know, timeless fashion. Maybe something that they're into. Even if they don't necessarily they're not necessarily fashionable, like into fashion. The way that they present themselves is very timeless, like timeless haircut or appearance, very beautiful. This is also known as the dark, the portal, and the interior. Those who are fortunate enough to find and enter the cave are forever changed. It is a place of potent power, acting both as portal to another realm and a space for sacred ritual and initiation. The cave is a place to return to for meaningful retreat, where one can see the true self in the darkness. In esoteric teachings, the cave is known to reside in the center of the heart. Within its walls, the whispers of compassion and self-understanding can be heard. Okay, I just want to pause and say I love this person's energy because I feel like they are totally immune to the toxic patriarchy or like even wounded femininity. That dynamic that plagues most of the people on this planet. This person has done the healing work to overcome that, and I'm getting actually a masculine energy for the majority of you. This person has done the inner healing work to cultivate empathy within themselves, compassion within themselves, which is very much discouraged actually in masculine society, masculine culture, and so many different cultures. Fortunately, not all cultures teach men and anyone with masculine expression that being vulnerable and open and compassionate is a bad thing. But this person did their own inner healing work, and they're a self-thinker, they're a free thinker. They have a strong level of compassion, empathy, understanding, which is, in my opinion, one of the best traits you could have in a person. And that phrase self-understanding is so important as well. That is an absolute requirement for all healthy relationships. I do not care. Argue with me all you want. You need to know yourself before you get in a relationship. I can't stand these people, man, on dating apps. They'll be like, do you want kids? Yes. What are you looking for? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? You want kids, but you don't want a relationship? What does that even mean? What does that even mean? I ain't subscribing to that. Like, if you don't know what you want, get out of my face, get out of my time. This person's not going to waste your time. Group number 2, I love it. They understand exactly what they want. They're ready. They're showing up. And I think it's important that you know this because for some of you, you may have wasted a lot of time with people or in relationships where, they just wasted your time, like we're very wishy-washy. Let's just go with the flow. No, let's not go with the flow. I'm very intentional. I know what I want. So group number 1, one of your biggest things that you need to do is show up in relationships saying, I know what I want. If you want to go with the flow, that's fine. Go with the flow with someone else though, because I know that I want a relationship. I know that I want to get married. I know that I want to settle down. So if you don't know that yet, go explore other people. There's nothing wrong with not knowing what you want. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But if you, group number 1, are somebody who does know what you want, which you are because you clicked on this video, okay, which means you want a relationship, you want a future spouse or life partner, it is so imperative that you do not hook up with people like that, okay? I was one of those people for a long time. There was many years in my life where I didn't want to get married, where I didn't really know exactly what kind of relationship I wanted, and I dated a bunch of people, but I told them. And the people I connected with also didn't know what they want. And then I realized it sucked dating people like that, dating people like myself. And I realized what I actually want in the process. Okay. So if there's anybody that you're dating or talking to or interested in who does not know what they want, I'm sorry, but you don't have to judge them for that. You can have empathy for their position, but I would highly recommend not waiting around. Okay. Because when someone says, I don't know what I want, or like, let's just go with the flow, it's just gonna create an unequal dynamic and you will get resentful because you do know what you want, okay? So save yourself the misery. Only settle down with people who know what they want and it matches what you want. Okay. Yet because of its mystery and power, many of us fear the cave and never try to find it. We busy ourselves in the bright lights of the city while the cavernous and dimly lit chamber calls out to us in the night. Where is your cave? You already know. Return to it and tend to the fire. I love that this card came out for this person and this relationship so much because even like they were saying, the bright city lights, there are so many people who are single right now who are just distracting themselves with constantly swiping through dating apps, swiping through people, and showing up like, I don't know what I want. I just want to go with the flow. Again, nothing wrong with that. I was one of those people. But this person, your future spouse that we're connecting with, they already discovered this cave for themselves, their heart, and they know what they want. That's very, very important. We have the mask as their tool. Let's read about it. The number 61, I believe. I took Latin when I was in high school, and Roman numerals is the only thing I got out of it. So, also known as the persona, the performance, and the reveal. We often think of a mask as something that conceals our identity, yet contemplate the possibility that the mask permits our true identity to be revealed. It allows. The mask gives you voice to that which was previously rejected. When this card appears, enact the side of you that is seeking expression, yet was never given a role to play on the stage of your life. You are in the realm of theater, so anything is possible. Speak with the other's voice, embody the other's limbs. You are taking part in the ritual of expanding the self. There may be mischief and deception around, and others may be trying on new masks too. No one is sure who is who. It's likely you've become so attached to a single mask that you need to fall face forward into this perception bending time. Trust it. Wow. This is okay. I need you to pause for a second. If this doesn't resonate with you, keep in mind this is a group reading, but there is like one person who selected group number 1 who is going to be in like a drag queen relationship. Like either you or them or both of you are drag queens. I'm also seeing multiple people here who are into theater and dance and acting, and this person connects with you on that. This is only a very small percentage of you, so if that does not resonate with the type of person you're looking for at all or who you are at all, then that's not your message. But I am seeing that. Now, getting to the majority of you, to all of you, there is a freedom that comes from putting on a mask, okay? And for example, let's look back at like the Victorian era times, and they would have masquerades where they completely conceal their identity. Think of how liberating that can be to show up and just dance the way you want to dance, talk however you want to talk, and be yourself without the fear of society. You know, it can be empowering to wear a mask. Think of all the people who use self-adornment, makeup, doing their hair, dressing the way glamour is a mask. But it's a freeing mask. It can make you feel more like yourself. And it completely changes your sense of identity expression. So there's something here about your person wearing different masks in different environments and really being able to be confident because of that. It's not a negative thing. They are very multifaceted. And so what this is saying is I feel like they have different passions, different hobbies that bring out extremely different sides of themselves. And it's funny, the sometimes spirit uses my own personal memories to deliver messages. And I'm thinking back to someone that I knew in high school, who I haven't talked to in years, but they were like a jock, like football player, varsity, all of that. But then like low key, when they weren't around all of their friends and their jock people, they wrote very beautiful poetry. They were teaching themselves piano. It was like two different sides of the same person. And it's not to say that the jock side of them was bad. It's just, wow, it's so cool to see how multifaceted certain individuals can be. And I feel like the person you're connected with is very multifaceted, and they can have multiple passions and hobbies. I think that is truly a mark of intelligence as well, to be able to have completely different personas. Like if you wanted, you could have completely different careers because you're talented in multiple areas of life. That's what this person is giving off. So for example, they could be like an electrician, but they may also know how to fix cars. They may also be really great at cooking. They may also know how to do accounting, you know, like there's many different masks that they can wear, you know, jack of all trades type of energy here, which by the way is a good thing. I don't know at what point in time, I think I heard somewhere that saying, jack of all trades, master of none, there's more to that saying, and if you know it, leave it in the comment section, but essentially it's praising people who have many different trades. It's better than someone who just masters one specific thing and then has no personality outside of that. You know, it's very one note. So I do feel like the person you're connecting with is very multidimensional, and they will bring that multidimensional energy into your relationship and inspire you to get back in touch with your other passions, hobbies, and interests. For example, if you're somebody who was really into the arts, when you were younger, whether that be theater, dance, drawing, painting, etc., this relationship, this person is going to really inspire you to get back into that. I do see that very strongly. And I'm also seeing an element of being out in culture, like actually going to the city and watching a show, going to museums, being more a part of the community. This person could be into the arts in some way, shape, or form, whether they're just a fan or somebody who is an artist of some sort or performer of some sort. However, they make you feel like a part of something more, like connected to that area of life, which all humans are connected to. So I really love the energy they bring out within you. we have agape coming out as the initiation for them. And these are some pretty intense cards here. This kind of shows their higher self, I believe, really. So let's read all about it. I picked like the longest oracle deck to read into. It's also known as Devotion and Unconditional Love. Wow. What if instead of putting yourself at the center of your spiritual practice, you put God, goddess, or nature at the center? I want to pause right off the bat and say, if any of you watching are religious, and I was picking up on that energy, which is why I keep stopping to give like disclaimers like, it might not be a drag queen, because I know some very religious people do watch me. I'm not personally religious. However, I am seeing that the person you're connecting with matches your spiritual beliefs. Okay, so if you're religious and you come from a certain religion, they are also of that religion. If you are a pagan and you worship nature, this person also worships nature, or also puts nature at the center of the human experience. So whatever the case may be, I am seeing a perfect match in that regard. How would this change your approach? Such as the energy of agape. It is alive when we are in awe and wonder, our breath taken away by the sacred force that surrounds us and asks for nothing in return. This card can indicate a spiritual initiation that stretches your capacity to love and serve. You sense the earthly as the heavenly and vice versa. I love that. So many people are taught, so many religions teach that, like, the whole premise of it is to get into heaven or get into a better afterlife. But they don't necessarily teach the fact that you can find that heavenly energy, that source energy, right here in the present moment. And wouldn't life be so much better if that was what was taught instead? That heavenly energy can be found right here, right now, but you have to create it. You have to sustain it. You have to be this gardener of Eden, of this heavenly energy. Because I feel like so many people do horrific, awful things, pollute the earth, hurt each other, and then they sort of use their beliefs as a justification for that. Or they're like, okay, well, I'm just trying to get into this good afterlife, so whatever. And it's like, I honestly think that's wrong. I am someone who has had near-death experiences, and religion does not matter. Okay, let me tell you, what you worship does not matter. It is the love in your heart versus the guilt that you carry that matters. That is what shows up when all of your physical life is stripped away from you. Okay, there's no external spirit there to judge you. There is everything, because you are the universe is you, so you're really just judging yourself. So anyways, I don't mean to go off on like a tangent about this. Why am I going off on a tangent about this? I feel like you're a person and you get into really deep discussions and debates and things like that are very invigorating, fun. Yeah, there's somebody who can keep up with you spiritually and mentally, for sure. But yeah, such an initiatory moment can appear in any form, and like a healing balm to the modern soul, it effects last a lifetime. Felt. The agape card may also suggest that you reassess what you worship every day, consciously or unconsciously. What are you elevating? Where does the sacred ladder you climb ultimately lead to? This talks of being in service, reverence, honor, and joy. So yeah, I feel like you can really spiritually connect with this person, have deep discussions. You're on the same page about that. So it feels really, really good. I have so many more cards to pull, guys. This is going to be a long reading. I want to now dive into the energy of your connection, the nature of your connection, and see how you guys are together. Okay, we have attachment in reverse coming out. I love this. I love this card in reverse because upright, this is pretty bad. It's showing like toxic attachment to each other, codependency. In reverse, I feel like you both allow each other the space, the time, the energy to like have your own lives, you know, which is super duper healthy. I feel like both of you probably have experienced codependent relationships prior to this relationship, and you've already done the healing work to relinquish yourself from that reality. So that is extremely beautiful. You're going into this relationship unattached to anybody from your past as well. So if any of you are still in love with an ex, take some time to be single to get over that, you know. You'll know when the time is right to get back out there, because you'll start having dreams, desiring to be with other people, things like that, you know. Dreams are very significant. Some of y'all, like, if you're having dreams currently about, you know, meeting up with random strangers, falling in love with random dream characters, I think you're ready. I think that's a pretty good sign that you're ready to open your heart back up. So some of you may be experiencing that. Okay. Anything else from this deck? Anything else from this deck? It appears not. Okay, let's move on. This is the Fairy Wisdom Oracle deck. I love fairy energy. Okay, I feel like it's very controversial. I've met some druids, some people who are pagan and mediums, and always interesting to hear people's opinions on fairies, because I feel like half the people I meet absolutely love fairy energy. They have fae energy in them, and then the other half are like, oh, I stay away from fae energy. I love it. We have Nightlight coming out. Okay, I'm going to read this from the book because I'm not exactly sure what this means. But I am wondering if your person is a bit of a night owl. And it is being represented by the number 48, so that may have some significance. April 8th may be a significant date. Or August 4th. Okay, dreams! Oh my gosh, that's so weird. Literally the keyword in the book is dreams. Oh my gosh. We were just talking about dreams. The fairy rests easily, all curled up in the knowledge that her faith keeps her safe within her world. This card delves into the realms of precognition, intuition, and prophetic dreams. If you pulled this card, you are probably a person with high intuitional skills. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but yeah. I think something that you share with this person is your spirituality, for sure, big time, if you selected group number 1. And this is someone that you can share your dreams with, share what's going on astrologically with, if you're into that. Talk about, you know, God, source, energy, whatever, fill in the blank. We had this discussion in the beginning of this video. I wonder if that's why I felt guided to say that in the beginning of the video and give that disclaimer, because I don't give that disclaimer in the beginning of any of my videos. But for some reason in this one, I'm like, okay, guys, when I use the word universe or spirit, it could also mean these other things. So I feel like so many of you, this is a spiritual connection, and it'll feel really refreshing, because if you've dated people in the past that just weren't into that same stuff that you were, you know, it's not that you need to have that in common. You can have great relationships without having spirituality in common. You know, I'm in a long-term relationship with somebody who is totally indifferent to spirituality, believe it or not. We had a lot different. You know, I'm a vegetarian. When I met them, they were a butcher. And we have like the world's healthiest relationship. So it really, those things don't necessarily matter unless they're important to you, but it does feel so great to connect with someone who thinks the same way that you do. And I feel like this person is totally that. Okay, what else? What does your relationship look like? What does your relationship look like? I feel like this card wants to come out. We have the Weasel and the Pine, introspection. Wow. Nightlight, introspection. We had Agape here. The Cave. This person is very thoughtful. They're a deep, deep thinker, and so are you. But also with the Weasel here, there is an element of fun. There is an element of being in touch with your inner child, playfulness. That's what I'm saying. Like, you two are both deep thinkers, philosophical, into the finer things in life, it seems. However, there's a playful nature here, going out and enjoying culture, enjoying society, feeling like two like best friends, two children on a playground together at certain points. So it's a really cool energy, a cool balance of energy. All right, let's see what else comes out. We're gonna shuffle up the Lover's Oracle. What does this relationship look like? And then after this, we are going to get some tarot, and we're going to see the road to this future spouse or future relationship. And then we'll finish off with some advice from the romance angels and your spirit guides. Okay, 2 cards came out. Here's what they look like. Beautiful. This says, when you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. Why do we keep talking about near-death experiences? And this is exactly what I was saying earlier. Like, when you die, all you carry with you is the love and the guilt that you have, you know? That's pretty much it. The feelings that you have. That's what you carry with you. Why do we keep talking about this? I am wondering if you or your person has had some extreme, like, near-death experiences, crazy stories, things like that, to be honest with you, because this cave energy, it's not just available to anyone at any time. Like, this is an initiation. Okay, so some of you watching may be on the shamanic path, and so may the person that you're connecting with, or there's like a deeper spiritual calling here. This person's seen some stuff. They have depth to their soul, you know. They're very much not a surface level person, and that's why they're ready for a serious relationship. They don't want surface level connections. Like, they understand the importance of love, and they want to create more of that depth of love. And this may have been a realization that they had through a near-death experience, or through some trauma, through some really deep awakenings here. Serious life events happen for them, and that made them recognize that they are ready for a relationship. They want a relationship. And you may be coming to the same realization within yourself. Okay, this card says, acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times, we must accept things as they are. There is no point trying to change that which is beyond our control. I love that. Group number 1, I just have a weird feeling that you are overcoming control issues, like, or anxiety. Anybody who has a lot of anxiety tends to have a lot of control issues, where it's like you feel like you need to be, you need to know all the answers about where this relationship is going, how it'll turn out, blah, 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 blah. This person will help set your anxiety at ease, and you'll realize, for some of you, that you're not a controlling, needy person. It's just that in the past, you were in unhealthy relationships that brought out the worst in you, and you brought out the worst in them. It just was unhealthy, not good compatibility that you experienced in the past. So it'll be very refreshing to connect with this person. But let's see what the roadmap to this person and what this relationship actually looks like. Let's get some more details from the tarot. We'll be pulling the Light Seer's Tarot. Okay, we have the Knight of Swords and the Seven of Wands. Group number 1, I'm seeing you have taken time to yourself to just be single, because you may have experienced a lot of heartbreak, a lot of challenge, betrayal, things like that. You were treated unfairly in the past, for sure. And you've taken some time for yourself to just sit with your feelings and process them and get out of the cycle of constantly searching for someone new or something new to give yourself attention. And I feel like when you start dating again after this period of being single or just feeling on your own, it will be because you're having psychic dreams that tell you to do so. Legitimately, I feel like your dreams that you have at nighttime will tell you when you're ready to open back up. So if you've been having dreams, falling in love, like I said, with random dream characters or things like that, it is time. And I am seeing here this desire to just have this whirlwind type of romance, you know? Like you're more than ready to dive into it. And it's different from the past, from what you've experienced in the past, where you may have not been sure of what you wanted or let other people make you unsure of what you wanted. You know, it's like, no, I'm sure. Like, I spent time to myself. This is exactly what I want. And I'm seeing both of you entering this relationship from that perspective. Like, no, I took the time to connect with myself. I took the time to really become very, very clear about what it is that I want. And I think that's a great foundation for a relationship, especially one that ends in marriage or begins in marriage. Because marriage is just the beginning. It is not the end. Let's see what else wants to come out. Three of Swords. Yeah, exactly. I feel like this is coming out right next to that Seven of Wands to show healing, protecting yourself from heartbreak, taking the time to resolve heartbreak. Hanged Man, exactly. This is further solidifying this message. This Hanged Man energy really coordinates with the Cave card that came out as well, because it shows being suspended in this place of where, like, just connecting to your heart, seeing things from a new perspective, and giving your heart a break, giving your heart some time to heal itself, see things from a new perspective, and also, like, allow yourself to get a little lonely, allow yourself to come back to dating and love when it naturally feels right. You know, this is something that I feel like both you and your partner will be going through. We have the Five of Pentacles. Okay, one hang up that some of you guys may be experiencing is you might feel like you don't have enough money, or if you're lacking something. For example, you don't have a car or your own place to live, like you have roommates. Spirit is saying that is not something that should stand in the way of you finding love. You know, those two areas of life are not, you know, supposed to be really deeply connected. Now, if you are struggling to survive, perhaps that should be the first focus, the first order of business. But if things are stable for you and you just have a desire and ambition to achieve more, and you're not happy with what you've achieved so far, that is not a good reason to block love coming into your life. We have the Ace of Cups. Okay, so it's at that space. If everything resonates with you so far and you've already experienced all of this, this Ace of Cups coming out is showing that this new love will come in pretty soon, actually. If you're not quite there yet, for example, if you've just gotten into a breakup, you haven't taken time to yourself to really heal your heart, and focus on finances and your strong foundation, you know, it may be a couple of months at the least, okay? So, but if you've already done all these things, then you're ready. Ace of Cups, you are ready. Love is ready to come in for you. This is an opportunity from the universe. Let's see. What is your love story? How does this come in? We have the Strength card. Yeah, you're in a strong position mentally. And you know what you want. They know what they want. What you want matches. You're able to talk about it. You're not beating around the bush. You're not avoiding this conversation. It's like you're ready to go. You're ready for something serious, something long-term. So are they. You talk about it very shortly after meeting. Because why waste your time continuously dating someone who does not want the same things as you? I don't even meet up with people, honestly, until I ask, what is it that you're looking for? You know, because why am I going to meet up with you if you're just looking for a hookup and I'm looking for a relationship? I'm not. I'm not going to meet up with you. Sorry. Nothing wrong with hooking up. Like I said, been there myself. And yeah. I see you having the maturity to have these conversations. And that will bring you two together. Because once they realize that you also want the same things, like that is a major turn on. And yes, when you're very specific about what you want, like I want a relationship, you will have a lot more rejections. But the people who are rejecting you are the people who don't align with you. We have the Two of Cups in reverse coming out right next to that Strength card here. This to me is confirmation. Big confirmation for you guys. This person that is coming in is not your ex. Okay, they're not somebody from your past. And if there is somebody from your past that your heart still lingers on them, that's fine. That's normal. That's natural. But like mentally, don't get caught up in the delusion that this is going to happen again. If they wanted to be with you, your ex, they would be with you. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not going to be one of those tarot readers that plays into, oh, your ex is coming back and getting you hooked on limerence. Limerence is a very powerful emotion. For those of you who are unfamiliar, limerence is the feeling of almost being obsessed with somebody, constantly getting tarot readings on them, constantly daydreaming about them, thinking about them. However, they are not actually like, usually they are not actually like actually in your life. Not a healthy relationship. Everyone experiences some levels of limerence when you first start developing feelings for someone and you're not yet like in a relationship with them. However, it is a very dangerous emotion when you're feeling that for somebody you're not even with, you're not even talking to. And Two of Cups coming out in reverse is showing me, yeah, this person is 100% not an ex, not an old situationship. Okay, if you had on and off energy with somebody, that is toxic. I hate to say it, but that is toxic. And that is not the person who is going to have the compatibility, the maturity to meet you at this high level relationship. And if you are still entertaining on again, off again relationships, that is codependency. That is something that you need to work on if you want to bring this new relationship into fruition. I hate to sound so harsh here, but some of y'all, like, if you actually genuinely want this relationship, this partner is not the type of partner who is going to really be okay with you having a ton of instability in your relationships. Okay, if that's in your past, that's in your past, and that's fine. We all have pasts, right? But if you currently have a ton of like on again, off again relationships that you're still in contact with, you're still, in love with, this person is not really going to want to be a part of that, okay? Which is a good thing. So turn yourself into the person you are wanting to attract here. Would you want them to still be hooked on people from their past? No? Okay, then stop talking to people from your past who have a complicated history, complicated relations with. Mentally put yourself into a place where you're ready to accept new love, a new person. Okay, understand that, yes, it is easier. It takes less energy to go back to your past, old situationships, exes, etc. However, that does not mean it's good for your heart. It could be more time and energy consuming than actually just dating new people who you feel less comfortable with at first. So, I'm just saying. Anyways, moving on. What advice does your spirit guides have for you when it comes to manifesting this love? Okay, we are going to first shuffle up the wisdom of the oracle, and they have relationship messages in them that I would like to read for you in the guidebook. Okay, some cards came out. 2 cards came out. First we have here and now, upright. Beautiful. Let's read about it. Here and now with the number 32. Here's the relationship message. It's easy to yearn for a love affair or friendship you may not have right now. One that is more romantic, more fun, more reliable, more passionate. The good old days are gone and a new day has dawned. Let your heart trust that you have everything you need right now, whether you have the relationship you desire or not. Tomorrow is beyond your reach. Yesterday cannot return. The now is all that is available to you. Stay present and aware that in this moment, as you cherish and approve of your beautiful self, you are a magnet for love. Spirit is madly in love with you right now. Did you know that? Turn to Spirit to feel the joy of love in the here and now. Beautiful message. And I just saw 10:10 on the clock. And then you have Go the Distance upright as well. Wow, with the number 47. Let's see what this is about. What is the message here for you? You either are in or are calling in a harmonious relationship that can stand the test of time. Good confirmation. For better or for worse, as you ride the ups and downs and even strain, break yourself, and are remade in the new growth, you are being redeemed by the power of regeneration. Harmony does not mean there will never be a wrong note played out, but that the relationship is marked by endurance and dedication to overall unity. A new song can be written, an instrument can be tuned, and the symphony of love will play on. Listen with your heart. Isn't it magnificent? I love that message. Okay, so really good confirmation in your reading that love is on the way. I mean, you literally had the Ace of Cups as well. New love is on the way, and you're going to open your heart back up again. For some of you, after your last heartbreak, you may have thought to yourself, you know what, like, I'm getting a message here, like, I was always resilient. My heart was always resilient. My heart would always open back up to love, but it was broken one too many times, and now I just don't feel like I can open my heart up again. But I feel, if you select the group number 1, you're inching up into a place where your heart is actually ready to open up again. I know that you said it wouldn't happen or it couldn't happen, or, you know, you're just so tired of getting your heart broken, but yeah, your heart's open back up. It's real resilient. So and look to the signs around you. Like I said, there will be dreams. You will have dreams. Okay, from the romance angels, what advice do they have for you when it comes to bringing love into your life? We have flirt. Get out there and flirt. Put yourself into a position for romance to happen. So this could be like going out with your friends and talking to all the cute people that you see while you're out. This could be using dating apps or websites. This could be whatever your preferred method of finding dates are. This is time to do it. And if you don't have a preferred method and you're like, oh, I can't find no one. I keep waiting for my soulmate to show up, but nothing's showing up. Okay, that's the problem. You're waiting. Okay, start doing, less waiting. Find an environment where love is available. You know, don't be the type of person that just waits. I know somebody like this, okay, who they work in a restaurant, and they just are convinced that their soulmate is going to show up and be one of their coworkers. And I'm like, that is probably one of the worst methods for finding love I have ever seen in my life. First off, you should not date your coworkers, like point blank period. And yeah, that's not an environment where people are showing up like looking their best, wanting to be flirted with. So, oh my God, extend your lighthearted energy to others and be realistic with yourself. You know, are you putting yourself into spaces where there are a lot of people who are open and eligible and looking? You know, if you're just social in general, I think that's a good thing. You know, you're inevitably going to be talking to a lot of single people, and one of them is bound to be attractive to you. But if you're the type of person like me who stays in your house all day, you have a lot of solo hobbies, you work from home, like it is going to be so much harder for you to naturally sort of stumble upon the love of your life. So put yourself into the environment or the places where you can find them. You know, even if you hate dating apps, for example, if your story is similar to mine, you got to do something if you want this to come in. That's what your angels are saying. We have new love. Exactly. This is big confirmation. This person is not your ex. You don't have a history with them. This is a brand new person coming in. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Exactly. This is how it's going to feel. I love it. I love it. Anything else? I feel like we need one more message just for the symmetry of how the cards are laying. One more message from its angels. Don't stop now. Okay, they said, oh, we'll give you more than one message. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Exactly. Like, don't be afraid to flirt. Don't be afraid to tell people exactly what you want. Like, I want a relationship and you're a cutie patootie and I want that relationship with you. Okay, so if you want the same, let me know. And then we have pay attention to the red flags. Now, guys, this is really important for you because I have an intuitive feeling that a lot of people who selected group number 1 has a history of dating people with red flags. So keep, just being mindful of that. There may be people you stumble upon along the way who are showing you that they don't want the same things as you. They may literally say, oh, I have commitment issues, or, oh, I don't know what I want. Okay, that's a red flag for you at least, because you do know what you want. So that's a red flag. Okay, we are not matched. Okay, we're not a match. I know what I want. You do not know what you want. I'm going to go talk to other people. Goodbye. Have a good day. Okay, pay attention to stuff like that. Thank you guys for joining me. Beautiful reading, as always. I loved connecting with you guys. Enjoy this connection. I feel like a lot of you watching, you're coming upon time where this person's coming in, and that is why you were probably drawn to watch this reading today. I feel like a lot of you, like within the next few months, you will be dating, you will be talking to people, and there's a really good chance this person can come in there if you're in the right spot, and if you keep dodging these red flags instead of treating them like check marks like you may have done in the past. Okay, it'll be coming in pretty soon, I think, and it's very simple, but yeah. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe to the channel if you've not already. If you want a personal reading with me, one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I also offer my intention oils there and spiritual life coaching sessions there. The intention oils I offer 3 of them right now. I have my goddess energy intention oil, which I think would be really great for anybody looking for love. Okay, I anoint myself with that oil whenever I'm dating people, and honestly, I've had many people ask me like, oh, did you put a spell on me? Just entranced. If you want someone entranced by you, wear the goddess oil. I also have the money and abundance oil if you're looking to make more money. I had great results with that as well. My second YouTube channel became monetized the very first day. I anointed myself with that oil, so there you go. Proof is in the pudding. And I also offer my third eye open oil, which will really connect you with spirit, have spiritual experiences, epiphanies, and I think that one's also really good for attracting soulmates and fated connections to come in. So those are all up on my website. Spiritual life coaching, so maybe I should change the name of it. I feel like that doesn't really describe exactly what I'm doing. It's essentially a 1 hour reading with me that you get each week with daily email correspondence in between. And to me, I just wanted to create an offering where you can essentially be coached by the universe. So I'm really just the mailman here, but you ask your questions for the week, whatever it may be, anything on your heart, anything on your mind, anything that you desire. And we talk about it with your spirit guides in a 1 hour session. And that's a great offering along with the regular readings, because we don't have to book any meetup dates. Okay. Maybe this is a bad thing for some people, but for me, this is perfect. Like, I'm the type of person where I hate meetings. I hate phone calls. So you just email me all your questions, everything. You can send me voice memos, whatever you want, and I'll do your reading in a channeled state alone, film it, and then send you the link to it. So that way we don't have to, meet up and have a certain meeting date. But yeah, that is that. And that's all I want to talk about. Okay, thank you guys. Bye-bye. Hello, group number 2, and welcome. Let's get some insights into your future spouse or lifelong partner that will be entering your life. So you guys selected the Moonstone. This is a lovely stone for feminine energy and women. It really helps you to regulate your hormones. And if any of you deal with anything such as like a autoimmune disease or anything hormonal imbalances, or you're a mother looking to give birth, anything like that, this is a great stone to work with. I have been really drawn towards Moonstone recently, dealing with things like psoriasis, allergies, things like that. It's also great at opening up your third eye chakra and connecting you with deep inner wisdom, connecting you with your intuition. And to me, I feel like this is a great spiritual protector. I always wear moonstone necklaces around the full and new moons because it just really connects you with the same energy as the moon, honestly. So it's definitely named pretty accurately, and yeah, it's just a great stone to work with. So let's see, we're working with the Wild Offering Archetypes deck, and this deck is split into 4 different types: the archetype, the location, the tool, and the initiation. So let's see what your person's archetype is. They have the Destroyer. Oh wow, I'm getting Shiva energy, Lord Shiva, if anyone is familiar. Beautiful deity, beautiful spirit. I connect with Lord Shiva every single night before I go to sleep. I do a shamanic journey, hang out. Beautiful spirit. Okay. This is also known as the Savage, the Unexpected, the Rejected. Okay. The Destroyer, the final of the 3 archetypes in the trio of existence, has necessary yet painful work to do in the world. I want to pause and say, this trio of existence, this was literally something I was meditating on last night, which is so wild, so crazy to me. I was noticing how this trio tends to show up in so many different cultures, but anyways, that's a whole nother story for another day. They have necessary yet painful work to do in the world. Culturally, we have an aversion to endings, and we hang on to the permanence as a signifier of success. Yet the Destroyer pulls the rug out from underneath relationships, jobs, homes, and all forms of security. It's the part of us that wants things to end. I want to pause and say, if you selected group number 2, I have a feeling like you've probably been connecting with spirit guides and deities, whether you are conscious of this or not, who have this Destroyer archetype. And there's probably been a lot of loss in your life for the past several months, okay? Relationships ending, friendships ending, jobs ending. Versions of you, your old self has really been dying these past few months. Oh my gosh, ending after ending. You may have had to put up some boundaries with certain people, cut energy cords with certain people. And man, I just see you entering this place. Or maybe if you haven't experienced this, this will be your story for the few months before you meet this person, okay? And they're going through a very similar journey as well. So you're going to be at a similar vibration when you meet, which makes a lot of sense. I feel like you always meet people who are at a similar vibration to you because that's just how the universe works, you know? You have things and people in your outer reality connect with you that are a vibrational match for you. And so I feel like when the two of you meet, you're both at this place where there's been a lot of endings in your life, okay? For one reason or another, okay? Like we were saying, pulls out the rug from relationships, jobs, homes, and all forms of security. Yeah, massive endings in your life. Complete endings, and it's the part of us that wants things to end. Its painful orientation is to uncover our true purpose. The destroyer does not let us linger long in comforts, as it knows not much happens in that realm. With its piercing eyes, it seeks out stagnancy from a distance, and the rest becomes history. In the old myths, this is the moment when heads begin to roll, the ground opens up, and castles crumble. Hold on for the ride, the destroyer has arrived. Okay, this is telling us a story of how you guys are going to connect and the vibration you're going to be. So if you feel like you're already at this vibration where a lot of things have been ending for you, you've been saying a lot of goodbyes these past several months, huge confirmation that this is your pile. And if you have not been experiencing it, this could still be your pile. This will just be a process that you go through in the couple of weeks and months before meeting this person. And this is actually not a bad thing. We all go through this destroyer energy. We all go through this point in the trio. That's the trio of existence. Destruction is one of them. Okay, totally. Endings, destruction, saying goodbye to our former selves, that is a part of life. That is a part of existence. And you're really going to be embracing that part of existence. And then right after that, like once all things are said and done and you've removed the people, the influences, the things that you were sitting in comfort with, that were not serving you, that were not good for you, that were not conducive to your growth. Once you say once you say goodbye to those things, I feel like you're going to be ready to embrace creation. Okay, the part of existence, the part of the trio of life, the part of your life that brings blessings in, that brings soulmates in. Okay, so what Spirit is saying is, if there is any relationship, friendship, job, home, anything that is not strong, it is toxic, it is not conducive to your growth, to your happiness, to your unconditional love and peace, that must be released before this soulmate comes in. Wow. Yeah, swift and precise blows that redirect our lives. Okay. Where's this destroyer energy sitting? The storm. Oh my gosh, this is intense. Another thing that I'm picking up from this future spouse, for the sake of this video, let's just refer to them as your future spouse, even if you're not somebody who believes in marriage. I know most of you watching probably do believe in marriage, so I'm just going to refer to them as your future spouse. And I feel like it's intense. This person, to be honest with you, some of the first messages that were popping up for me during this reading were very sexual, very passionate, but with a sort of I feel so uncomfortable with like a hardcore element to it. So I feel like this is someone you're really going to explore your sexuality with, and expand what you even think that you're into. There's like a kinky side to this, I'm not gonna lie, which I love that for you. Anyways, and you feel comfortable with them too. Even if you don't really resonate with being an overtly sexual person, with this individual, I feel like you're just going to match each other's vibe and you're going to feel comfortable to explore and open up those sides of yourself. Here's another thing that's popping up into my mind. I was just having a discussion with someone the other day. We were talking about, reproduction and the natural biological urges to reproduce from humans. These are the casual Sunday morning conversations I have. And I was saying, when you are living in a society that really threatens your security constantly. You know, you're being fed foods that have a lot of poisons. You're working a schedule that is not natural. You don't have the community, the support that you should have. That's very stressful. And once your body gets really stressed, fertility and sex drive is like one of the first things that leaves. Okay? Because while yes, that is a big biological need, there is something that is more important than that, and that is just living. That is just safety. This is the reason why stressed out mothers in the wild, you know, animals, eat their young or kill their own children. This is why father bears literally kill bear cubs to reproduce again. You know, it is that basic survival. I need to live first. And we see this in the chakra system as well. The root chakra is the first and most important chakra. Without that, nothing else can exist. Because without root chakra energy, which is security, food, being alive, circulation of blood, you know, all of this stuff, relationships don't matter. Psychic connection doesn't matter. Money doesn't matter. Confidence doesn't matter. How can you be confident? How can you have healthy relationships? How can you have an open third eye when you don't even know where your next meal's coming from? When you're stressed out. And so I am seeing root chakra repair is going to be very, very important. And the reason why I'm tying this back into your future spouse is because I feel like for a lot of you, you have been living in survival mode for many, many years, for whatever reason that may be. Whether financial stress, whether just anxiety disorder, whether fill in the blank of whatever it is that you've been lacking, a good support system for yourself. Your body, mind, soul have been a little bit dysregulated. You've been working on it. You've been trying to come more to terms with your own peace. And you've been working on it. That's a good thing. You're taking inspired action and you're building security for yourself. Okay. Now, I feel like once you meet this person, you begin developing your relationship. And this is going to be a secure relationship that really matches your root chakra energy, meaning this person is consistent. They are loyal. They are a safe space. They do not trigger your nervous system. You know when you meet someone and you get like the butterflies, and then I don't know if anyone else has had this before, but like every time you're about to hang out with them, you kind of get like the anxiety poos. Not to be gross. This is totally unfiltered reading, group number 2. Y'all are unfiltered people. That is a really big red flag. Okay, huge red flag. If before you meet someone, every single time, your body is literally telling you like anxiety, anxiety, anxiety. Huge problem. Okay, especially if you already met this person, especially if you've been meeting this person and you're still getting that, that is literally your body telling you, no, your body always tells you. I dated someone for like 2.5 years. Okay. And even after 2 years of dating, I would still get that feeling before every date. My body was literally trying to tell me this person is not good for your immune system, I don't know why I said that, for your nervous system, for your whole body. I mean, like this person is not good for that. And while I was in that relationship, I lost 30 pounds. Yeah. And it wasn't healthy either. I was on the brink of being underweight. And I was below. The thing is, I was trying to lose weight, but I lost so much weight that I was below what I even feel most comfortable at. I felt like disgustingly thin. Again, my body telling me, this ain't it. This ain't it. You're anxious all the time. You're nervous all the time. I've also been with other people in the past. And the reason why I'm sharing this is because you may relate to this. And I'm trying to give you examples of what you will not be feeling when you meet this person. Okay? If you are a woman watching, I feel like a lot of you are, especially since you were guided to the Moonstone. But even if you're a man, it doesn't matter. Have you ever had sex with someone and your literal vagina pH reacts very poorly to that person? Like legitimately, like you may get UTIs frequently when you're with them, like sexually, or kind of like yeast infections or just different issues, even if it's like nothing like that, but it's just uncomfortable after, or you're just dry, like your body just reacts very poorly to them. That is, again, your body saying, this ain't it. Also, another thing to note, from a biological standpoint, spirituality aside, that means that they are not washing themselves properly. Okay. Which, if they can't wash their balls correctly, why are you letting them have access to your body? Whole different story. Anyways, and this applies to gay men and lesbians as well. It don't matter. It don't matter. Your body knows. Your body knows. Listen to that. Because when you're with this person, you are going to feel really, really safe, even amidst massive life change. Okay? And this is exactly why you will be having like a second awakening sexually, a reactivation of your sacral chakra once you meet this person, and a little bit after you get into a relationship. Not immediately, but several months into your relationship, I feel like you are really going to explore new things sexually with this person that you would have never even thought of, or you would have never even seen yourself doing comfortably. And it's not just sexually either. This is like life things, like hobbies, going places. You feel really comfortable going out of your comfort zone with this person because this person is comfortable. Your body's saying, we're safe, we're regulated with them. Okay? And because you're regulated and you're safe with this person, you will have more energy to expand, to grow. Okay? Because going out of your comfort zone always costs a lot of energy. You know, if you're living in an indigenous society amongst nature and you have to explore outside of your territory, outside of your tribe, your community, for resources for whatever reason, your body goes on high alert because it's like, we don't know what's out there. There could be new animals. There could be plants that are poisonous, toxic. There could be storms that we're not used to. There could be fill in the blank. So this is actually a positive reaction that your body has. Okay, we're going out of our comfort zone. So it's going to use up more energy just being hyper alert, hyper vigilant. Okay, and that's when things start happening like anxiety poos. And maybe you get like hives, maybe you get fill in the blank. Okay, and this could all be linked to a lot of autoimmune disorders as well. Okay, an overreaction from hormones, everything. I'm not a doctor by any means. I am just a nerd when it comes to holistic healing. And it's like all tying together for group number 2. I don't know. Anyways, let's read about the storm. Let's get back on track. Also known as the chaos, the whirlwind, the disorder, possessing an energy much like the tarot's Tower card, the storm undoes all that is. Everything that was solid, known, and relied upon is stripped away by the winds of fate. Isn't that funny? How both these cards are very, very similar. The ground becomes the sky becomes the center, and then the center disappears. The storm is a great equalizer. No matter how far we've come on the path, no matter our age, wealth, or wisdom, we can't hide from its savage winds. Their disturbing howls stir anxiety and make it impossible to see and think straight. You must wait it out. If you try to fight the storm, you will lose. A better option is to seek temporary shelter and a reliable friend. When all else fails, go within. There, for a moment, you settle into the eye of the storm. Beautiful. Wow. And it literally says meaningful obliteration and annihilation. So yeah, big confirmation. Both of you, upon meeting each other, are having a lot of things ending in your life. All right. And you meet each other at the perfect time because you build something beautiful and new and healthy together. Okay. I would not be shocked if for a lot of you, you meet this person, you get into a nice, healthy relationship, committed relationship, and then you completely start over with each other. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if that many people like move to a whole new city, whole new country with each other, or just really, really went into a new life together. Okay? Spirit's not saying that you need to do this right now. They're not saying change everything about you right now. This will come naturally. But right now, you may be in a phase of a lot of release. And some of you guys may be feeling like your heart is starting to open back up, or like you're ready to take on more creation energy, new energies after a season of destruction. And that's when you know that it's time to date again. We have this stone coming out as their tool. This deck is so deep. I love it. Anyways, let's read about this stern. Let's see. L, that's 50, X, 60. 7. The number 67 might mean something. Also known as the eternal, the anchor, and the rock. As an archetypal object, the stone holds psychic and literal weight. Its energy is one of permanence, concreteness, and reliability. The stone's ability to transform is nearly imperceptible to us, as it changes ever so slowly over countless human lifespans. A single stone may see thousands of generations come and go, therefore it contains an ancient and eternal presence. The stone is best used to anchor our wild side, so no matter how far we roam, we can always find our way back. I love this. This makes so much sense. I'm getting a very clear picture of your relationship with this person and who this person is. Your relationship is rock solid with each other. Absolutely rock solid. And that's what I'm saying. Like, because you feel so regulated, just on your own, period, but also in this relationship, you're able to expand and see so much more of life comfortably, okay, because you have this rock solid foundation. Whereas in the past, nothing was solid. A lot was chaos. And root chakra was really in a rough spot. You guys may have seen a lot of destruction in your life that you consciously chose, you know, and you're beginning to recognize things that really set your nervous system off, that make you feel unregulated. You're releasing that, forming that regulation within yourself, forming that peace within yourself, reconnecting with that inner peace. And at some point in that journey, you're going to meet this person, because the deities, spirit, universe, higher beings are going to say, you know what? Group number 2 is ready for that creation element again. So this isn't a connection that you need to force. It will come very, very naturally at the right time for you. Okay, so just enjoy the process for wherever you're at in that process right now. And if you're somebody who's still in so many connections and jobs or locations or whatever that are very unreliable, toxic, on again, off again, you know, you're just at the beginning of this journey of destruction, of your destruction season. It's not a scary thing. Spirit is really encouraging a lot of you to release, let go of anything that is not this stone-like element, like a rock solid in your life, super stable in your life. Obviously, keep the people and things that are rock solid, that are stable, that are good. And to be clear, this is like your connection to it. So, for example, one of my best friends, we have a stable relationship. Like, we've been friends for our whole entire lives. Neither of us are stable individuals, but the connection itself is stable. So you can keep something like that, you know. But if someone or something, your connection to it is unstable, that's what you want to let go of. That's what you want to get out of your life. If it's not going to choose stability with you, choose healing with you, okay? All right. Let's see. The stone tethers us to earth, helping to ground and connect us to stillness, quiet, and peace. When this card appears, it is likely the stone is a remedy for what ails us. Humble and easily unnoticed, the power of the stone balances the frenzy of our world. Steadfast, loyal, committed, and present. These are all traits that you and your partner will have towards each other. Steadfast, loyal, reliable. You're there for each other. There's no question, no doubt about it. You know, it's not like on again, off again, hot and cold communication. No, it's steady. You know exactly when they're going to respond, how they're going to respond. And even if there is an element of them that is very spontaneous and off the wall, they're steadily off the wall and spontaneous, you know? Like you never know what to expect, but you know that you can always expect something. You can always expect them to be there. And then we have Kairos coming out as their initiation. So let's read about this one. This is sort of like the deeper spiritual meaning of their existence and this connection and why it's here. Mythic time synchronicity. We have all had experience of timelessness, of life beyond the ticking of the clock. It may be felt as time standing still, slow motion, or losing track of time on a walk or in a lovely conversation. Love that image. This is known as mythic time, and it is the territory of Kairos. This card suggests there is a secondary time continuum that goes beyond any earthly clocks and schedules. Within this nonlinear realm, we access divine timing. A single moment ripens with auspiciousness, and our actions change the trajectory of our whole life. Time becomes a living thing that watches over us and tells us precisely when to speak or act. When this card appears, it is all about patience and precision. No clock can guide you. Wait for the rush of inner knowing and not a moment longer. I love that. Yeah. There is an element of your relationship that feels timeless. Like we could just talk forever. We met at exactly the right time in exactly the right circumstances. So even if you are wanting something a little bit, wanting something a lot right now, wanting to manifest this a lot right now, when it finally does manifest, you're going to sit back and realize, oh, you know what? That actually came at the perfect time. Because if it came any sooner, I don't know if I would have, been ready for it. I love that. Yeah, Spirit's taking good care of you. There is a huge element of divine timing in this connection. And I resist using that word because so many people get so frustrated with the phrase divine timing. But don't think of it as like, oh, so what you're saying is I have to wait. No. What that means is like, even though you may want something desperately bad, the universe knows when the right moment for it to come in is. So keep focusing on your own inner peace, on strengthening your foundation, your root chakra, and building your life up from there, and getting rid of any connections or things in your life that are very unstable. Okay, in the process of doing that, sure, if you want to open your heart and soul back up to like dating, then do that whenever you feel is the right time. We have overindulgence coming out. Oh my gosh. You know what image just came to my mind with this card? I see the two of you really having a lot of fun together. Like, being very bougie. It makes me think of those aunts and uncles that like never have kids and they get married and they just have a lot of money because they don't have kids, and they just go places and eat like the best foods and the best wines, and they're really living. Even if you do have children with this person, I feel like you're still going to have that standard of living. I'm really going to enjoy it. So I actually really love the overindulgence card because it feels like the two of you are like best friends almost, who go out and I don't know why. I think one of your things is you're really going to enjoy food and drink with each other, which is so basic. I mean, I do know some people who hate eating and drinking, but yeah, I feel like you're really, really going to enjoy that, and try new places, see new things together. You're inseparable, it feels like. Inseparable. Like, finally, my person. Not to say that it's going to be unhealthy or codependent. You guys are just best friends. And I feel like that is something that is so awesome to see in marriage and long-term relationships. But honestly, so many people get it wrong. There's so many toxic relationships out there where they talk crap on their partner. They make jokes like, oh, the old ball and chain. You guys aren't going to be like that at all. Like, you're going to be obsessed with each other in like the healthiest way possible. Even at social events. I was just thinking this the other day because yesterday I went to my partner's family get together, and me and him like are next to each other all the time at both family events, like either of our family events. And I noticed like his siblings and their spouses and everyone, like they don't necessarily like just sit and hang out with their spouse the whole time. They like get up, they talk to everyone, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. Like, I just want to be by your side. And he feels the same way. And I feel like you guys are going to have a very similar relationship. Not that you're going to be antisocial and ignore everyone, but it's like you just gravitate towards each other. You're like, yeah, I could talk to other people, but I also want to hold this person's hand. You're going to be disgustingly cute. I love it. Yeah. You're going to make lonely people jealous. Which is a great thing if you think about it. Anyways, oh man, I hate that my light broke. It's so dark. Sorry for the darkness. I had 3 lamps. All of them broke. It's crazy. Everything breaks at the same time in my office. Anyways, we're going to get more. I'm just taking my time enjoying this reading. We're going to get more messages for you. We have the Hawk and Thistle. Graceful persistence. Wow. I love it. The shining quality, the shining element of this really is persistence. In the early days of dating, there's not going to be hot or cold behavior. This person's going to be very consistent to you. That's another thing to look out for. And I know this all sounds so simple, like, yeah, consistency, or you guys are going to enjoy going out and eating and drinking. But it pains me how rare this is, because it's so basic. It's so like foundational, something that we should all have in our romantic connections. But it really isn't that common. And Spirit is really pointing out these things to you because these are the things that you need to look out for. Okay, so if your nervous system is feeling dysregulated, you're not pursuing it with that person, okay? I understand a little bit of anxiety in the very early days of dating. Like before your first date, obviously you might be feeling nervous. So even the second date, you may be feeling a little nervous. I get that. But yeah, when your body is like rejecting someone, get rid of them. And then another thing to look out for is that persistence. They're very stable, consistent in their communication, and matching your vibe in communication. That's another thing to look out for. I am wondering if a lot of group number 2 people have tolerated and put up with people from your past being inconsistent, whether that be friendship or romantic relations, or literally putting up with people who made your nervous system, your body, like just rejected them, literally rejected them. So yeah, let's see what else we got. We are going to pick a card from the Lovers Oracle, and then I want to pull some tarot for you and get some more messages. Long reading today. What is this relationship like? Okay. You had 2 cards come out. Oh, they both have hearts. Transformation. Oh my gosh, so much transformation, endings. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. Okay, good sign. If you resonated with everything we said so far, you've been in this destructive phase in your life, you're going to meet this person pretty soon. Okay, and your relationship will transform each other. Both of your lives are going to really change once you 2 get together. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm seeing moving. I'm seeing big changes in the things that you like, the things that they like. And it's not like in an unhealthy way either. It's just you're finally meeting someone who you can really discover and explore life with in a very comfortable way. And it'll transform. It'll change everything for you and them. We have, when you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. Oh, that's beautiful. I think that card came out for group number 1 as well. Yeah. And that's why it's so important to be very open to love, because life is too short not to be, So let's get your love story. I want to see the roadmap to this future spouse. And what's in store there? What is your story with each other? What is your love story? Okay. We have Strength coming out as your first card. Okay. Massive message here. This is someone who knows how to talk about their emotions, knows how to speak about their emotions, can open up. And again, this is like bare minimum requirement stuff here, but I feel like you settled for a lot less in the past, group number 2. And that's why Spirit is so adamant about you seeing all of the signs of what you shouldn't go for versus what you should go for. We have the Wheel coming out in reverse. Okay. As I was saying that, I was just thinking, excuse me. A lot of you might not be, I just realized another card came out right there too. A lot of you might not be used to being in healthy, stable dynamics. And so I would recommend keeping an open mind about anyone that you're dating who you might not initially have these fireworks go off, these sparks go off. Like, I'm so in love, blah, 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 blah. Okay, give people a chance. Because I think in a really good, healthy relationship, those sparks aren't always there immediately. Okay, and if you're in a really good, healthy relationship, trust isn't there immediately either. That takes time to build. Intimacy, trust, attraction, these things should build over time. If all of those things are present the first day you meet, to me, that would be like a red flag within myself that I pay attention to, okay? Why am I wanting so much to just open up and give my whole heart to this person I just met? Okay, that's something I would be a little weary about, because trust needs to be built. It doesn't matter how trustworthy someone appears to be, how comfortable you appear to be around them. Take into consideration that you just might be a comfortable person in general, You can feel comfortable in a lot of different environments. That doesn't necessarily mean that you should trust everyone. So that's another thing. With the Wheel in reverse, this is telling me this person may be very different from what you normally go after. And that immediate, like, oh my God, this is my future spouse feeling, like love at first sight, I don't necessarily feel like that will be present when you first meet this person, okay? And that is a healthy, good thing. Now, you could be attracted to someone at first sight. That's a little different, you know? Objectively, you could be like, yeah, I would bone that person. That's different. If you're sitting here saying, oh, I'm going to marry this person after talking to them for 10 minutes, again, that's a red flag within yourself. And Spirit with the Strength card is asking you to be for real about your own red flags, okay? Because that is showing possibly an anxious attachment style, possibly a strong degree of loneliness, which may have you putting other people on a pedestal and bypassing a lot of red flags. Not saying that this person has red flags, but it's important to be vigilant about these signs and when you're first dating and actually getting to know someone. So, I don't know. We also have Ace of Cups in reverse, okay? Here's the thing, guys. You'll know when it's time to open your heart up to dating again, okay? So, like, you'll have the energy, you'll have the desire, the drive. You'll get that when the time is right, okay? For some of you, I'm seeing that you're still in this, like, destructive era of your life, or you've gone through a lot right now. And you just have a lot that you want to do, a lot that you want to finish. And while you really want love, there's something kind of resistant within you at this time. Like, oh, I really just don't feel like going out and flirting or going out and meeting new people at this time. That's fine. That's fine. Don't force yourself. You know, I feel like your heart is starting to wake up again, either at the time that you're watching this, or this is, again, telling the story of how you guys meet. You're going to go through this destructive phase in your life. Say a lot of goodbyes to your old life. And during that time, you may really not want to put yourself back out there. Or you may want to break out of the cycle of constantly putting yourself out there immediately. So you take a break from dating, take a break from love. And there's going to be a moment where your heart starts to awaken again and desiring this love, desiring this romance. But you're going to be like, but do I feel like doing all the steps? That's fine. Stay in that place for as long as you want, because eventually your heart's going to open up completely. And then you'll be like, you know what? Like, I just want to go out. I just want to look my best. I just want to flirt. I just want to, go on first dates again. However you date, whatever your dating method is, that's fine. I don't think there's a particular way that you're going to meet this person. Okay. Some of you might meet through mutual friends. And so you may reach a point in your life where you're like, you know what? I just feel like going out more with my friends. Or others of you may meet on like a dating app, dating website. And you're like, you know what? I just feel like putting myself out there again. You make it and you go from there. Or however you meet, that's on you. That depends on the channels of socialization that you've opened up in your life. We have the Six of Swords in reverse. Yeah, exactly. This is why your heart's going to be closed for a little bit. You just experienced a lot of chaos, a lot of endings. And I don't think you're going to jump right back into wanting to date. And I just saw 333 on the clock. So that is confirmation of everything we're saying here. The number 3 in particular is wonderful for creative expansion and opening your heart back up. So it makes a lot of sense. It's all tying together. This is your story of, leading up to meeting this person. So let's continue this story and see how it will evolve. We have the High Priestess. It came out like, I don't know if it came out upright or reverse, because it was kind of like it did a little whoop in the air and landed on its side, but High Priestess is coming out. Yeah, confirmation again. You'll know when the time is right to open your heart back up. It'll feel right. It'll feel right. Everything will feel correct. Okay. Another thing that I'm picking up on from a few of you watching is that you may be missing the feeling of being pursued, of people actually wanting to talk and be stable with you, because I don't know, some of you guys, it's been weird. Like, it's just like every time you put yourself out there to not even just romance, but like friends, like trying to make new friends, trying to be flirty, it's like people are like rejecting you or like being very inconsistent or acting like they don't like you. It's been a weird season in your life. And that's why like you're taking a break from it all and creating that root chakra security within yourself. We have the Two of Wands coming out in reverse. Another thing that's going on in your life leading up to this is I see you trying to build your life up as an individual. And Spirit is saying you don't have to have perfection before you get into this connection. Okay. So for example, a lot of you may be thinking, oh, I don't have that much money, or I don't have a car, or I don't have my own place to live, or I don't have fill in the blank, whatever your excuse is. And you're like, yeah, I should really work on that instead of focusing on my love life. And that's fine. And I see you working on that during this season of singleness. Spirit is saying you don't have to achieve perfection before you open your heart back up to dating, because that's impossible. There's always going to be something else to add in your life. So that's something to keep in mind. That could be a blockage for you. We have the Two of Swords coming out. Yeah, two twos next to each other. The number 2 deals with heart stuff. Having heart-to-heart conversations, opening up to others. And then Two of Swords actually shows peace, enjoying the peace of being single. Okay, after being in relationships and friendships that caused a lot of dysregulation, a lot of issues. Man, I feel like this is for some of you, the first time in your life where you really took some time to be single. Okay, because it could have been, if you selected group number 2, you could have, like, once you started dating for the first time in your life, you could have been, like, nonstop dating, nonstop in relationships. I am picking up on that energy for a lot of you, maybe not every single one of you. However, I think right before you meet this person, you actually took time to be single and connect with yourself and find yourself and work on that root chakra. And it's just, and I feel like you actually wanted that too. It wasn't just that you thought to yourself, oh, well, will be the healthy thing to do, but you wanted it because, man, like I said, there was this season of endings and you're just like, I need to give my heart a break, because if I don't give my heart a break, it will break entirely for the final time. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Seasons of ending, season of heartbreak, giving your heart a break by staying single and experiencing the peace of being alone. Okay. And that's going to be imperative. That is going to be a major turning point that takes you from continuously getting into toxic connections, or codependent connections, uneven connections. Because you take the time to be by yourself, you realize how peaceful you are by yourself, how happy you are by yourself. And now it's not like just finding someone to fill in some type of void. Now you're searching with people with the perspective of, okay, like, do I enjoy time with you more than I enjoy time by myself? You know, there is no competition with other men, with other women. You're competing for the enjoyment I get by myself, which is such a healthy way to look at things. All right, let's see what else wants to come out. We have the 7 of Cups, daydreaming. Yeah, I think once you start dating, it's going to be from a place of like just, you'll feel ready. It's like you always wanted a good, serious relationship, no doubt about it. But what you didn't know in the past was that there was an element of not knowing exactly what you wanted, or like when you manifested something that you wanted, you weren't sure that you wanted it anymore once it came in. And now you took the time to be by yourself and now you know exactly what you want. And I see you going into dating a lot more intentionally and a lot more confidently because you took that time. Yeah. We have the 9 of Swords. Yeah, definitely. Group number 2, there's definitely a period of being single. Okay, so if you're somebody who, for example, just got into a breakup like last week, I see you taking like several months to just be single, to just give your heart a break and really focus on building security within yourself. Yeah. For sure. Okay, a lot of cards just came out. 8 of Wands, the Lovers reverse, and 6 of Cups in reverse. Okay, we have some confirmation here. This future spouse is someone new. Okay, they are not an ex. With 6 of Cups in reverse, with the Lovers in reverse, they are not an ex at all. A lot of you, if you have been trying to remain friendly with an ex or old situationship, and they've been coming off as very cold randomly, that's further confirmation. Okay, Spirit is saying this is not someone from your past. This is not someone you have a history with, similar to group number 1. And actually, I feel like a lot of you selected group number 2. If, like I said, if you're trying to keep friendly connections, like a friendly connection to any like friend or lover or ex or family member that you experience an ending with during the season of endings we talked about. They are going to be either just flat out not responding to you, being extremely cold with you, and it's like suddenly they don't care about you. Like that's how they're going to start acting. And it's going to be weird. It's going to be out of the blue, but this is spirit redirecting you. Okay? I feel like that's actually a blessing. I'm seeing Ganesha energy. I'm seeing elephant energy. Whenever elephants pop into my mind during a reading, it shows me that there is a spirit, even if it's not an elephant spirit or Ganesha, that is blocking the wrong path from you. Okay? So you may want a friendly, loving connection with someone that you have a history with, and they're suddenly acting all cold. Rejection is divine protection. There is a spirit that is inspiring and distracting that person, so that way they aren't focused on you, because that connection is not going to serve your highest good, and they're going to delay the blessings that are trying to come into your life. So if you've been experiencing that coldness from someone you've separated with or someone you have a history with, that is not the person for you. There is a very highly vibrating spirit that is purposefully, very intentionally redirecting you and distracting that person from being warm with you, because they aren't it for you. Okay? They ain't it. Spirit is saying, stop trying with people like that. Okay? If someone wanted you in their life, they would be in your life. Point blank, period. Very simple. If someone wanted to talk to you, they would talk to you. They would answer you. It's the funniest thing in the world. You know, I was going to go off on a personal story, but I'm not going to do that. All right. We have the Three of Cups. Very beautiful. It's like friendship. You know, going out and having good fun. A lot of you guys may actually meet this person through mutual friends somehow. Yeah. Not all of you. So, like, if you're guided to do things very intentional to meet people, keep doing that. You know, things like dating apps, websites, dating events, things like that. By all means, do that. But one way to bring more love in your life is to appreciate the love that's already in your life. And by that, I mean any friends that you have, any connections you currently have, even if they're platonic, pour energy into them. Focus on what you do have, not on what you don't have, because that will attract more of what you want. So when you focus on the love you already have and you really cherish that and celebrate it, more love will enter. Okay? I'm seeing an image here for some of you. There could be a friend that you have that you may have had for a long time, and it's, I don't want to say you take them for granted, but you guys just may be very different now, or you're just not passionate about the friendship. And Spirit is saying, they're kind of giving you this question, this scenario. What would happen if you started to really pour energy into that friendship? You know, and I'm seeing there could be some sort of big event coming up. Like maybe it's their birthday, maybe they just graduated, maybe they fill in the blank, like just finalized a divorce, maybe they just got married, maybe they, whatever it may be. Okay, what if you really went out of your way to show love to that person? Like maybe you threw them a party at your house and you decorated so beautifully and did a lot for them. Or like, what if the next time you hang out, you bought them like flowers or something and really celebrated them? And to be clear, this would be a friendship that gives equally to you. And it just so happens that through time, you don't really give that much to each other now. You know, you're both just living your own lives. And whenever you come together, it's just like, okay, you chat, you hang out, and that's about it. Spirit is saying, what would happen if you just started like really giving to that person, really giving to the people that you love in really beautiful ways? And the thing that you really, really, really need to pay attention to here is that when you keep people in your life who do not give equally to you, they take a lot, they're taking away from those relationships, okay? And also, that can create relationship or resentment in your other relationships. I'll give you a personal example. With my family, there is one extremely problematic family member, and the second I cut them off, like the whole energy just shifted, and now I feel a lot less resentful towards the other family members who I had a lot of resentment towards, a lot of issues towards as well. Okay, once I cut off that one extremely problematic person, and I refuse to be in group chats with them, I refuse to do anything associated with them. I mean, I would show up and I just wouldn't talk to them at events if we had shared events. All of my other relationships transformed because I no longer had that resentment. So resentment can like sort of flow over to the next person, you know? When you're giving and not receiving in some relationships, it takes away from the good relationships. The Spirit is saying, what if you take all this love that you have now and you start showing and showering the good people in your life with that love? What would happen? There's no answer to this question that Spirit's giving. They want you to find the answer. What would happen if you did that? You know, what would happen if you spoiled your friend and posted their hottest selfies all over your Instagram stories and threw them like a party and you decorated so beautifully? How would they feel to be celebrated like that? Beautiful. We have the 7 of Swords coming out in reverse here. And this is a card of usually like selfishness, but I'm seeing this as being wrapped up in your own little world here. And again, Spirit's asking this question, what if? What if you did like a game with yourself, like a mind game with yourself here, where for like a month, you just tried to make everyone feel very seen and appreciated and loved and special. I love little mind games like that. Like sometimes I will, with myself, just like set certain intentions. Like, let me see how many people I can make smile today. Let me see how many ways this week. Like this will be the week where I really spoil the people in my life. And I'll do something really nice for all the people in my life to make them feel special. I do little mind games with myself like that to keep life fun. I don't know if anyone else does that. All right. But I'm seeing that for you. We have the Hanged Man in reverse. I'm wondering if that little question that Spirit's giving you is going to somehow, some way, lead you to your partner. Very fascinating. Seeing things from a new perspective. Yeah, changing your perspective on love by focusing on the love that you have. Okay, we're going to finish off with some more Oracle. And I just want to get some advice from Spirit, advice from your guides. I don't know why I put the Energy Oracle in with this part of the reading. I think I might have mixed these cards up. But let's start with the Energy Oracle. When it comes to this relationship, we have contract. Ooh, yeah, a lot of you guys, this will end/begin in marriage, okay? Because relationships don't end in marriage. They only really start getting juicy with marriage. But I am seeing that. Something about law here as well. Something about maybe some of you have immigration, legal things going on, or you could be in the legal field. This person could also be in the legal field. Very interesting. We have the 3rd chakra, confidence. Yeah, Archangel Chemuel, life force energy, confidence. Definitely. Spirit's saying get out and live your life more. For sure. Like start really living life to the fullest and don't wait to enjoy the fruits of love until you have a romantic relationship. I'm seeing like go out and treat your best friends to like a picnic or like a cabin trip and you plan everything out beautifully, or I don't know, like a boat day or whatever. All these random things are coming to my mind. Do that. You know, appreciate the love you already have. Dance. Really activate that 3rd chakra, that solar plexus. Confidence. Getting out there. Looking your best. Dressing your best to feel your most confident. All right, let's see. Relationship advice or advice for you at this time. We have Truth Be Told. It is coming out in reverse. But if we look at this upright, we have an owl spirit. Oh man, I had a dream about owls the other day. And there's a window in its chest and there's all these hearts floating out and the owl is holding a golden mask. So in this oracle, there are a lot of different messages in the booklet. And with each card, there is a relationship message. I want to read that relationship message for this card for you. Okay. People tell you who they are very quickly if you're willing to listen to what they say and pay attention to how they behave. This card calls you to engage in heartfelt, open conversation. I want to pause and say this High Priestess card, remember how it came out like in reverse and upright, like we didn't know which one? I feel like in the past, you may have been a little bit blind when people were trying to tell you who they were. You know, you didn't listen to them, which I've done in the past, so I'm not faulting you, you know. I've literally, that ex that I told you about that I was with for like 2.5 years and my body was like rejecting them. They literally told me at the beginning of the relationship, oh, I have commitment issues. Like, oh, I'm an emotional coward. They literally said that, those exact words. I'm like, oh no, blah, blah, blah. I just went in one ear out the other. And it was funny because at the time I consciously acknowledged, like, yeah, this is probably a red flag. Like, yeah, I should probably not date this person. But I kept going anyways. I don't know what's wrong with me. Spirit's saying stop doing that if you have that same problem. Okay. So engage in heartfelt, open conversation. It's time to see the truth about what you share with each other and tell the truth about who you are and what you need. No one can do that for you. Remember that your truth is always based in your personality and experience up to now. A higher truth will be found after you communicate honestly and see how doing so has helped you become more attuned to yourself. Don't hold back. Speak your truth and listen. Yeah, I feel like that's another thing of how this relationship's going to evolve. Like I said, by the time you start dating and stuff, you're going to be really clear about what you want after this time of being single, after this time of like letting go of a lot in your life. You're really going to know exactly what you want and you're going to be really upfront about that. Like, I want marriage someday. I want a long-term life partner. I am not interested in hookup culture or the dating scene. Like, honestly, like, you're just gonna say that to people who are potential matches. You're just gonna say that to people who you're on like first dates with, and it's gonna be amazing because here's what's gonna happen. A lot of people who don't want that are gonna reject you, and the people who do want that are going to, like, you're gonna become number one. Like, oh my gosh, this person wants exactly what I want. Like, I am so into this. They're gonna be magnetized to you. Okay. That is something that a lot of people get wrong. I've met people, especially, there's so many guys on dating apps who do this, and girls as well, honestly, who are just like, you ask what they want and they say the most vague, like, everything answer. And it's like, man, you're going to get like nothing out of that. Whereas if you're hyper specific about what you want, you're going to get exactly what you want out of that. You know, if you're like, I just want something casual, that's what you're going to get. If you're like, I want a serious long-term relationship, I don't want, you know, something go with the flow, like I'm very intentional about what I want, that's what you're gonna get. You know, what you give is what you get. How you set your intention is how it will come to you. So Spirit is saying, don't be afraid of saying exactly what you want. I mean, don't be a weirdo about it, like, oh yes, I want to get married in exactly 2 weeks from now. I know this is our first date and I want to have 10 kids, 5 girls, 5 boys. Like, don't be weird. But generally, talk about what you want, then get to know each other, and then talk a little bit more in detail about what you want. Like, okay, well, if we were in a relationship later down the line, like after you enjoy a few dates with each other, get to know each other, like, okay, well, what would that relationship look like for you? You know, just date naturally. It seems, the things I'm talking about sound so obvious, but I feel like so many of us are just, have not been operating in that way when it comes to the dating world. Yep. Advice from the romance angels, advice from your spirit guides, your final advice: release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. This is what I'm saying. A lot of people from your past will be going down in the months and weeks prior to this connection coming into your life. Like, you're going to be releasing a lot of old people, a lot of connections, even old friends, family members who are very problematic, things like that. You're going to be saying a lot of goodbyes before this person comes in. Yeah. Before the right person comes in, you're going to have to say goodbye to a lot of the wrong people. We have, you deserve love. You are lovable. It is okay. It is safe for you to desire love, to desire romance. That's natural. That's a human need. Okay? Affection, intimacy, having a life partner, that's normal. Flirt, extend your lighthearted energy to others. Flirting is so important. Man, I can't tell you the amount of people I've done personal readings for who complain that they haven't found their one yet. I'm like, okay, well, what are you doing? They're like, oh, you know, I have a at-home job, and then I see the same 3 friends. They just come over, or I go to their houses, and yeah, that's my life. Okay, how do you expect to meet someone if you're never putting yourself in environments to meet new people? I also have a friend who refuses to go on first dates with new people. They are terrified of strangers, and they keep trying to make things happen with the same toxic people from their past. And I'm like, listen, you want love? It's not going to happen with these people from the past. It isn't. They've already proven to you that they're inconsistent, that they're unreliable. And even if they were to magically change, you can't undo the heartbreak that they gave you already, the trust issues that they gave you already. So what do you expect from that? It may be hard. It may be nerve-wracking. It may be difficult to go on first dates. Almost everyone is nervous on first dates with strangers. Okay. Almost everyone is nervous to go up and talk to someone pretty or handsome, but you just gotta do it anyways. There's no way around it. We have playfulness coming out. Yeah, flirtiness, playfulness to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. This also talks about romanticizing your life, being playful in life and having fun in life, because that energy, even if it's not directed towards someone in a romantic nature, attracts romance as well. So beautiful messages from your guides. Be open to love because you deserve it. Be flirty, be playful, let go of your stanky exes. And that's your reading, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I know this didn't give so many specifics about your future spouse, but that's for you to discover. We did discover a lot of characteristics of your relationship, that stability, adventureness, kinkiness. But I feel like Spirit really, really needed to talk to you about the things to avoid and how you will get there. So this was really a roadmap reading. Okay. Thank you guys for joining me so much. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe to the channel if you've not already. Thank you guys. Bye-bye. Hello, group number 3, and welcome. You guys selected the rose quartz stone. Beautiful stone for romance, self-love, and just all of the energy of attracting love. So beautiful choice there. I am going to apologize in advance. All of my lamps broke. I'm not even joking. I had 3 lights, a ring light, 2 box lights to film these videos with. All of them broke. So, and the sun's going to start going down. Plus I'm in an east facing room right now. So yeah, we don't need to see. Anyways, we're going to see the road to your future spouse or life partner and hopefully get some messages on who this person is, the nature of this relationship. It's going to be a long one. So sit back, relax, maybe get yourself a nice cup of tea, get cozy, or if you're just listening to this in the background of whatever you're doing, you know, fall into that beautiful rhythm of keeping your hands busy and listening. All right. So we are going to start off with the Wild Unknown Archetypes deck. And this deck is split into 4 different sections. We're going to pick an archetype, the location, the tool, and the initiation. So this will kind of give an idea of the person that you're going to be connecting with, and maybe anything else that comes up. I don't know what's going to come up in this reading. Let's discover together. We have the Warrior. Ooh, beautiful. And we have a cow skull with a serpent wrapped around it. There's a diamond in the forehead, and between the 2 horns, there is a rainbow. Very, very beautiful. And we're going to read all these cards from the book. I love this deck. I love the book that comes with it. It is so deep. So let's see what it has to say. It's the number 10. The number 10 may be significant in some way. Maybe you or this person's born on the 10th. Maybe you meet on the 10th of a month. Maybe it's not significant at all. You know, what month is the 10th month? So July 7, 8, 9, 10, October. You could meet in October. This is also known as the samurai, the soldier, and the advocate. We often envision the warrior as an armored figure with sword in hand moving blindly towards battle. Yet the deeper aspects of this archetype bring us face to face with death itself. The warrior stands precariously at the edge of life and death, trusting the eternal to guide the sword's blade. The warrior work requires presence, alignment, and purpose. If and when the warrior loses its center, meaningless confrontations and violence are the default response. I want to pause and say, I feel like the person that you'll be connecting with has this warrior archetype in some way, shape, or form in their life. And there's so many ways the warrior can show up in life. So, for example, they could literally be someone who is a warrior in the military. I know a lot of people are opposed to dating people in the military, so don't get offended. That's just a few of you. And this could also be someone who is like a social justice warrior, fighting for what's right in the world, speaking up, and wanting to make change. Also, like a warrior in their workplace or whatever they're doing. For example, if they're just a teacher, I am picking up on teacher energy for some of you as well. If they're a teacher, this may be somebody who fights for teacher rights, who fights for certain education laws to be passed, and things like that, like advocates for the students, for the teachers, etc. Like they're a warrior when it comes to their beliefs, for sure. And they speak up when something's wrong, which is a really admirable quality. So when this card appears, it's important to question the battle at hand. It is likely a great one with deep roots and long-standing tensions. The actions you take will stay with you long after the dust settles, so choose wisely, brave one. As you draw your sword, realign with the eternal wisdom within, then surrender to the battle. So there's fierce clarity, purposeful action, resolve, and resilience. These are all characteristics that your person has, that your future spouse or life partner has. For the sake of this video, I'm just going to keep referring to them as your spouse, even if you don't believe in marriage. Because I know most of you do, and it's just easier that way. So your future spouse is somebody who doesn't just complain about the state of the world, like, oh, this is how it is and it sucks, I'm a victim, woe is me. That's not them at all. They see a problem and they want to resolve it. They see an issue and they speak up about it. And this is an amazing characteristic to have in a relationship, because this is the type of person where if something's not working for the two of you, they're going to speak up and work with you, compromise, and keep fighting for this relationship to work. They're not just going to say, oh, well, we had this one fight, I guess I got to break up, or I guess I got to go find someone else. No. So that's the characteristic that you really want to pay attention to when you're dating, because this is the characteristic of the person that you're marrying, okay? Next, we have the womb coming out as the location, the space where their soul resides, or where this relationship may reside. So let's read about this. XL, that is 46. 46. Just gotta find it. Okay. Also known as the nest, the belly, and the origin. Everything has an origin story. The womb archetype asks us to contemplate the beginning beyond the beginning, the mother beyond the mother. In a world that often negates the power and necessity of feminine principles, this card returns us to the warmth, tenderness, and sacred intelligence from which we came. I want to pause and say, you know how people always say, like, how a person treats their mother is how they'll treat you in a relationship? I feel like that is also something you're going to be paying attention to in this person. It feels like they treat their parents with a lot of respect, even if they don't get along in every regard, even if your person does not respect their parents in every single regard. They are still kind to them. They are still nice to them. They're not mean. They don't use their parents. They're not nasty with them. That's another thing to pay attention to. I feel like these are all really great advices for anybody who's dating and wanting to find a partner. But in particular, your person, I'm not seeing that they're like a mama's boy or mama's girl by any means. But they respect their parents and they have a good relationship with their mother. That's just what I'm feeling. It's just what I'm feeling. So pretty cool. Mother may be living or passed away, doesn't matter. Okay. This card returns us to the warmth, tenderness, and sacred intelligence from which we came. It is a card of receiving, not achieving, of accepting love from the mother of us all. By the way, even though I picked up that your partner has that doesn't mean you have to have that. You could, not like your mom. You could have problems with your mom. We're talking about your partner. Okay. She is the life-giving force that forgives and cherishes even the most wounded and disparate soul. No matter how lost you are, the womb awaits your return to help you heal and grow. This card is a call to keep things simple, to return, to be reborn in the name of love. The womb is everywhere. It is beyond gender, beyond time. We are within it as it is within us. And this talks of nourishment, harmony, warmth, and love. This person gives off very paternal or maternal energy. So for some of you, they could have a kid, you could have a kid, but even if there are no children involved, this person would make an excellent parent, okay? And they just want to take care of the people around them, nourish the people around them. There's a warmth, and we even see this warm color coming out in the cards here. They're the type of person to want to take their parents out to dinner and pay for them, even though their parents are arguing, like, no, I'm the parent, let me pay the bill. They're like, no. You raised me, let me, do this. This is the least I can do. They want to nourish you. They want to nurture you. They're the type of person who I am almost seeing like a resistance to receiving the same nourishment they give, but in a way that's very mannerful. They're the type of person who's going to have like a 10-minute argument over who pays the bill. And I think that's just beautiful. I think they are a natural giver. They want to make the people around them happy, and they're not giving people pleaser energy though, which is great. Because people pleasing is a whole nother ball game. Okay. That no longer becomes something cute. That no longer becomes something desirable. When you're people pleasing, I think people pleasing is actually a major red flag. I've had friends in the past, relationships in the past with people who were people pleasers. They had no boundaries to their giving. And honestly, this isn't spoken about a lot. It is very difficult to have a healthy relationship with someone who's a people pleaser, no matter what your relationship with them is, because they're not going to be the type of people to speak up when they have an issue with you, and a lot of resentment can build. I myself have had people pleasing tendencies in the past, and I was a very resentful person, because instead of having boundaries and saying no to people and being able to sustain a healthy connection with them, I would just keep giving and giving and giving, letting that resentment build until the point where I just completely cut them off. So people pleasing is not a good thing. If you have people pleasing within yourself, group number 3, what I'm seeing here is that is something that you're going to have to resolve or be on the path of resolving before or during when you meet this person. Okay. So you do not need to be perfectly healed in order to attract this beautiful relationship into your life. Okay. Nobody is ever perfectly healed. We all have baggage. We all have things that we could improve, that we can work on. However, I am seeing the whole point of this reading is the path to your future spouse or your significant lifetime partner. And I am seeing you healing and recovering from people pleasing, either right before you meet this person, or you decide you're going to start doing that. You start making adjustments, changes, setting boundaries. And then in the process, the journey of doing that is when you meet this person. Okay. And they're going to match your vibration because they are also going to be a giver just like you, but with healthy boundaries. And that's the person that you're turning into. That's the person that you're becoming, a giver with healthy boundaries, where you're able to accept love and open yourself up to love. Some of you guys may have had 2 different extremes, where maybe in the past you were a people pleaser with no boundaries, and then you swung hard in the opposite direction where you had strong boundaries, but you were very closed off to receiving love, and you may not have opened yourself up to new friendships, new relationships for a while. And then it's going to come and meet down in the middle for you. You're going to become healthy. If that story resonates with you, you're going to become a nice balanced mix, of giving and taking, with time. If you're not quite there yet, you still find some people pleasing tendencies within yourself. Spirit is saying you need to heal from that. You need to stop giving into that aspect of yourself. And on the journey of doing so, you will meet this person. However, a lot of people don't realize how toxic people pleasing is for other relationships. As a people pleaser, resentment will build. Okay. As a people pleaser, you may not consciously be aware of this, but you may hide a lot of your own wants and needs naturally without even thinking about it in relationships. And that is not healthy at all. Okay. And other signs that you want to look out for in yourself and within others, because you don't want to date a people pleaser either. And I'm sorry if anyone's getting offended by this. Like I said, I was a people pleaser myself. And guess what? I did not have healthy relationships and friendships at the time. So you don't realize it though, because that's not like viewed as a bad thing, right? Like, oh, I'm being so giving, I'm being so kind, I'm being so generous. Yeah, but at what cost of your happiness? That builds resentment. Passive aggressive communication can crop up. You may let go of perfectly fine relationships and friendships because that resentment crops up. There's a whole lot that can go wrong there. Also, another sign you want to look out for is not having opinions. If someone says, oh, where do you want to eat? And you're like, oh, I don't care. Wherever you want to eat. But you're like that with everything. That's another red flag to look out for in yourself. Maybe that's not a red flag, but it's definitely a yellow flag to look out for in yourself. Okay. Spirit's saying we want you to become someone with opinions, someone who has boundaries, who knows what you like and don't like, but also flexible, a beautiful balance between the both. Because in the past, I feel like if you selected group number 3, you were very, very flexible and possibly a people pleaser, or you dated someone like that. Okay. And the relationships were not healthy. Probably both. Probably a mix of both. We have the thread coming out for you. Let's read all about it with the number 70. Almost lost the booklet for a second. And it shows an arm pulling a red thread. And there is a rainbow at the top of the card. And the arm and the thread is surrounded by blackness. So let's see what it's all about. This is also known as the path, the vein, and the circuit. Life is a tangle. So much happens simultaneously and circuitously. I can't say that. Yeah, I need to learn how to read. Leaving us grappling for meaning and direction in a network of distractions. When we connect to the energy of the thread, however, we strike the deepest vein in the body. Our whole being responds to its tug. Meaning is pumped through our bloodstream. Our mind and spirits are lifted. We remember who we are and what we came into this world to do. Though this happens on the most profound level, it could be the simplest incident that activates the thread. A song, an image, a conversation heard in passing. No matter how confusing and multi-layered our modern lives become, if we are connected to the thread, we are free. Being tethered to it is the only anchor our heart requires. Wow. Yeah. And the light attribute of this is the circuit of meaning within chaos. And the shadow attribute is binding, frustrating, and taut. Really interesting. I feel like how this relationship is going to unfold is that, like, you're going to have a series of impulses, a series of things that you just feel like you should do. And it's that intuitive nudge that will guide you two together. Okay, so once you overcome that block of either being attracted to or being a people pleaser, and you learn how to enjoy your nurturing energies with boundaries, you will have a series of different impulses, urges, ideas that you want to take action on. This thread will be like pulling you in the right direction, pulling you towards this person. So group number 3, it's imperative that you learn how to listen to your intuition and take action on your intuition, because that's going to be what guides you to this person. And same thing with them. You'll be guided simultaneously to each other. So that is very beautiful. There's also a lot of rainbow here, so I have a feeling a lot of the gays. Selecting group number 3. Hello, gays. Hello, lesbians. Hello, bisexual people. Hello, everyone in between. And we have Gnosis with more rainbows. Love it. It is Gay Pride Month. Okay. Love it. Let's read about Gnosis. This is sort of the underlying energy, the underlying intention between the two of you, between your person. Gnosis, also known as innermost knowing and mystic truths. True knowledge is not found in facts and figures in scholarly books on library shelves. Rather, Gnosis points to the deep and timeless archetypal wisdom that arises from the felt experience of having touched the unknown with every one of the senses. I want to pause and say, I'm getting vibes here, okay? Either you or this person, or both of you, could be like entrepreneurial, like in spirit, or you just have wisdom, you have knowledge that school couldn't teach you. One of the people here feels very strongly like they weren't a school person. They weren't an academic person. They are like mad genius energy. You know, like one of the smartest people on the world probably, but they may have struggled in school. Even if they had great grades, even if they were 4.0 student, they may have chose a different path for themselves. I'm getting that same vibe. This is a familiar vibe. This is how I am too. When I was in high school, I was 4.0. Unweighted grade, 4.2, 4.4 weighted grade. I started college when I was 15 years old in the United States. That's not the normal thing. I was dual enrolled. And man, I just hated school so much, you know, being the ADHD brain that I am. And I don't know, I just always wanted to be entrepreneurial. And that's what I did. I'm feeling very similar vibes from either you or your person. Okay, so they're very smart technically, book smart. I am getting here, though, for a few of you, one of you may have some sort of like there just may be one thing that you're really, really bad at, or they're really, really bad at, that may have made school so annoying. Like either the inability to like sit still, or maybe someone had like a problem with like reading comprehension or numbers or something like that. It could have been like dyslexic or had some sort of like big concussion or something, and focus is a hard thing. However, their brain or your brain is like perfect for entrepreneurial things, freelance or like creative work. So I am seeing that. I don't know why I'm also seeing architects. Someone here might be an architect, or your person might be an architect. Yeah. I'm also seeing an image clairvoyantly of living in like a city, but it's like a really nice condo with like the big windows, and you're high up. There's like skyline, not like too luxury where it's like, okay, this person is a celebrity, but it's like, it's nice. You know, you need money to be living in this nice building. And it has like, you know, the security, the gym, all of that. So really, really fascinating. I think you and your person together are going to be well off. I know not everyone watching probably resonates with being a city person. And in fact, I am kind of seeing here an overall dream to be somewhere that has like a little bit of land, at least, you know, a yard or so. But like during the early, either right now when you're single or early days of your relationship, or at some point in your life together, you may have that really nice condo together. And I think your overall plan and dream is to save up for some sort of nice property, like a house. I am seeing a house with a yard and like things outside. So one of you might be into gardening. I'm also seeing interior decorating being very beautiful. You have a really nice eclectic style. That's one thing, man. That is one thing. Either this person lets you decorate however the heck you want to decorate, or both of your styles match up perfectly and you love how each other decorates. So it's like a collective thing, but like it's so easy to live with each other. That's what I'm seeing. This is going to be the type of relationship where you both want to go out and do things together. Like you want to travel, you want to go out, but you just love staying at home with each other too. Definitely, you're not giving homebody energy, but I feel like you two both make your home so amazing with a very eclectic style, and it's comfortable. Like you just love it. I'm seeing enjoying home projects together or decorating together, things like shopping, like getting a cool little thing for your house. That's your idea of a fun time. You know, honestly, you both may come from a place of like, oh yeah, well, you know, we used to love going out and partying or traveling or whatever. But it's like that little thing in life of just like being at home with each other and doing fun little things around the house together. Like that's your jam after you get together. So it's so cute. And I do see you're still going to travel and things like that. But yeah, I feel like you both have like a homely magic about you. I wouldn't be surprised if any of you are Cancers or Taurus energy, just because those two signs are very like home based. But you don't have to be those signs. I'm just definitely picking up on that homely energy. Or you have deities or spirit guides like Hestia, for example, working with you. Anyone who rules over the hearth, the home, for sure. Anyways, those who are drawn to Gnosis find themselves in esoteric studies, likely involving mysticism, alchemy, healing, or perhaps science. Knowing is their calling. So obviously, if you're watching, you probably connect with the energy of Gnosis because you're literally watching a tarot reading. However, your person may also connect with Gnosis as well, even if it's in a different way. Scientists, for example, a lot of scientists don't believe in this type of stuff, which is balderdash to me because honestly, some of the best scientists in the world were people who did believe in this stuff and who did challenge their mind. I feel like a lot of innovative people are into this stuff, like into expansion, testing the psychic abilities. And I'm feeling that energy, like mad genius energy from you, definitely. And probably your person as well. Very open-minded couple, you both are, when it comes to things like that. But like grounded enough to the point where it's like, yeah, you believe in science. You know, you're not like going off into woo-woo land. You know, I just made a whole video about spiritual psychosis. I don't know if I'm going to release it. If you want it to be released, let me know in the comment section. But you're both grounded, but also like just smart. You guys are smart. All right. And you have good taste. That's another thing. Seeing a very refined taste here. I just saw 2244. So repeating numbers. The number 2 has to deal with relationships, connecting very well with someone. And the number 4 has to do with stability and the home place. So again, that's confirmation for what we just said about you both enjoying the home that you create together. Knowing is their calling. Not knowing is their job description. No matter how far the alchemists take their studies, they come to the ultimate conclusion that facts slip towards mystery, and soon the mystery results in facts. This card signifies a knowing that is life-changing. Once you experience it, you are forever changed and become a guardian of Gnosis. The eternal mystery is calling you. Study your passion in the deepest way available to you. Beautiful. Yeah, I feel like you're both extremely passionate about whatever you're doing. Even if you're an architect and a tarot reader, for example, you're both extremely passionate about that. I feel like one thing that just popped in my mind too, you both may have had paranormal experiences in your life. I know this has pretty much nothing to do with marriage and life partnership, but I think you'll have a lot of interesting conversations about like the things that you've seen and felt and experienced. Because like those who get it, those who don't. And for example, me, like as a shamanic practitioner, as somebody who like this is my life, like I can't just turn off my mediumship. I don't necessarily need to be with somebody who believes in everything that I do, straight up. However, I cannot be with somebody who's never had any type of deeper life experience. Like I can't date somebody with NPC energy. And I feel like you can really connect with your person because you both had some weird life experiences. Very interesting life experiences. And you're free thinkers, you know? You're not just following along what everyone else is doing. We have the skunk and magnolia coming out, protection. This person is very protective over you. They want nothing but the best for you. And like I said, they give off very like paternal or maternal energy. I'm seeing them like wanting to, if they're going to cook for you, they want to make the best meals possible for you with like the best ingredients. They don't want to, you know, give you dried herbs and seasonings. They don't want to give you dirty old produce and food. Like they will literally, you know how like a parent, if they're struggling with money, for example, they will literally like feed their kid if that means they have to starve. I feel like this is how this person is when it comes to you. Like they want to make sure you have all the best things, and oftentimes they put you like ahead of their own the things that they want because they just like seeing you happy. This person's such a giver. I am so jealous. You guys are gonna have so much fun. This is a really like a blessing, and I think they're blessed as well because you also give off this like giver energy, but you both had to go through negative experiences before you met each other to learn how to have boundaries when it comes to your giving. I feel like if you guys met each other earlier, you would have fallen into a codependent relationship and it just wouldn't have worked out. There would have been elements of toxicity if you guys met each other earlier before you both developed boundaries. So I feel like you're meeting at the right time, but definitely this is the type of relationship where you may be like, man, I wish we met earlier so I didn't have to go through like these other bad relationships or whatever. But, you know, I think you understand, you know, it wouldn't have worked out. Oh gosh. Everything happens at the right time. All right. One card, please, Spirit. Okay. We'll take it. We have caffeine coming through. Okay. So they do feel like a caffeine addict, I gotta say, because their energy is all over the place. Definitely diving into one project and the other. I wonder if this person or you have ADHD, maybe both of you, or some sort of neurodivergency. Because this is fun energy. You guys don't think like the normal person. You're both not like sheep. you're leaders, you know, in your own way, free thinkers in your own way, and that's why you get each other. That's why you connect very well with each other. Like I said, this person's extremely high energy, which I think you're really gonna appreciate. And man, this is just such a cool relationship. I feel like you both thrive together and you feel very wealthy together. Like you create wealth together. I'm seeing sharing finances as well. Like it's a shared vision, shared finances, you know, no BS. Like we're going to spend the rest of our lives together. Like let's spend it together. Like working together very, very, very well as a team. Okay. For example, like even when I am seeing you owning property together or planning to do that. And it's like, okay, what kind of house do we want? How do we want to remodel this bathroom? I don't know why I see so much like remodel. Some of you guys might be flippers as well, I gotta say. Or like into real estate or buying real estate. You buy real estate together, or you may buy real estate, they may do that. You know, it's like you both come to this relationship with your separate lives, your separate dreams, and you merge them together so beautifully. And because you work so well together as a team, you become so much more successful together than you do separate. You know, I wouldn't be surprised either if some of you, not all of you, opened a business of some sort together. Like I said, I was seeing for some of you, you may flip houses together or something like that. Starting like a family business together. This will not resonate with everyone, but you guys really, really do work well together. So, or it could be that you're both having your own successful careers, businesses, or it just works very, very well. Yeah. So some qualities I would look out for if I were you is your ability to work well with others, without arguing, you definitely should not date people who are argumentative. I will say this person does not give off argumentative energy. They are all about harmony, working well together. And they're the type of person who, if anything, they'll just go along with what you're saying because they want to make you happy. But they also have good opinions that just vibe so well with yours. It's like, this person is not problematic, is what I'm trying to get at. They're not going to be the type of person who argues everything that you say or plays devil's advocate, like with every single little thing that you say. They really care about making the people around them feel good. Again, not in a people-pleasing way, but they're just not a defensive, argumentative person. They're the type of person, for example, who would apologize first. You know, they're the type of person who can say, okay, this is where I messed up, because they constantly want to like check themselves and make sure that they are in the right and they're not doing anything wrong or hurting anyone along the way. So it's a great ability to be a team here. We have the fourth chakra in reverse. Fourth chakra, heart chakra in reverse, coming out as your energy oracle card for this relationship. And to me, this shows the heart chakra being closed or having some sort of blockage. Okay, so I am wondering if either at this time or on the journey towards each other, there's some sort of one or both of you may be closed off to love. We're going to pull the tarot in a moment and get the full story of how the two of you come together, what your love story is. Yeah, look at that door to value. I'm telling you, you guys are going to be rich together. You're going to come into a lot of wealth, both separately and together. I'm telling you, I saw that vision, like a really nice condo with like gym, security, maybe even a pool, something like that, rooftop, something cool like that in a city, but then also saving up for like this bigger dream house, dream property. Or even if you're older, you may have like experienced a lot of that in your own life, and you're going to enjoy a really nice retirement with each other, you know. I'm not seeing financial struggle here at all. So regardless of what your financial situation is, when you guys get together, you're both going to have a very well-off experience. I am seeing a great retirement. I am seeing, things like that. So I'm not seeing like being overly extravagant. I think you're both very responsible with money. And if you view yourself as irresponsible or like not having a good income, that may be where this person is good at. So like you balance each other's weaknesses and strengths out, because you may be better at like a different area of life than them, which I think is, again, signs of a great partnership. So let's see. Let's just dive into the tarot, and then I'm going to pull some messages from your spirit guides after. Okay. So I'm shuffling up the Light Seers Tarot, and we want to get the love story between the two of you. It's getting so dark in here. I'm so sorry, guys. We're going to have to start filming by candlelight. Man, I got to get a new lamp pretty soon. This really sucks for me because most of my filming I do at like midnight. So, okay. We have the Two of Wands in reverse. Yeah, I don't know why I always view the Two of Wands as card of travel, but we even see here like someone's looking out the window and they have like goals. Like there's a globe here. There's this plan that they have of like having this van with a surfboard, and they want to go out and live this dream. And they're in the dreaming phase now. So I feel like the two of you, like I said, that important thing of like sharing a dream, sharing a vision. Okay. Pretty cool stuff. Let's see what else wants to come out. Eight of Cups in reverse. This shows walking away, finding your own life. You know what it feels like? I feel like if you selected group number 3, a lot of you may have had your hoe phase. And listen, if you didn't, I don't want you to sit here and be rude in the comment section. Like, oh, blah, 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 blah. I don't know why. There's always like one comment from someone who's like hyper religious. And it's just like, listen, just because you never had a hoe phase and you would never date somebody who had a hoe phase, that doesn't mean you're like above anybody else. Some people enjoy their sexuality. Some people enjoy being young. And I feel like you or this person or both of you have had that. You know, you at one point in time went out and explored, like meeting new people, talking to new people, getting to know new people. And that was really fulfilling for one or both of you, because I feel like the both of you, I feel like you can both relate to this. It is such a fulfilling experience, even if you're not being a hoe about it, even if you're just like going out and like doing charity missionary work or whatever you're doing, like going out and meeting people. That's what I'm trying to say. Going out and meeting a lot of different type of people from all over the world is an experience that I recommend everybody has. Okay? So whether you are just traveling and meeting friends or you're meeting special friends, it really broadens your perspective in life. It makes you less sheltered. It helps you understand yourself better, what you like, what you don't like, your tastes. It helps you refine your dreams, your desires. And it gives you a taste of life and the world. And I feel like you both experienced that. And this 8 of Cups happens. You know, 8 of Cups, it shows that time where it's like, yeah, life is pretty peaceful and fulfilling, but you're just craving a little something more. So I feel like you both, you know, grow a little bit weary of your experiences. You know, you both grow a little bit weary. Like, you know what? I want my 10 of Cups. Because after the 8 of Cups, there's the 9 of Cups and the 10 of Cups. The 9 of Cups shows complete peace and fulfillment with what you've created emotionally for yourself as an individual. And then the 10 of Cups is complete and utter fulfillment with your partner, with a family, with your chosen family, your made family. Okay? And so I feel like you both really enjoy the single life, or going out exploring, meeting new people, whichever means necessary. And you're both at a place where you're just like, yeah, I think I'm ready to settle down now, like genuinely. That's how I feel like you're both going to be in that mindset when you meet each other and when this relationship begins to take off. We have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Definitely, I don't think at this exact time you have like your dream property, your dream house. I'm seeing a lot of ambition when it comes to finances and what you acquire, for sure. And Spirit is saying you don't have to have it all before you meet this person. Okay, this person is also on that journey, and this is something you're going to, you know, help. You're going to keep doing your own thing and creating this on your own, but you'll be on this journey with them as well, you know. So don't shut your heart off. Don't close yourself off to love just because you don't feel like you're at the right place, or you don't feel like you're where you want to be in terms of finances, in terms of career. Okay, I know a lot of people give the advice like, oh, don't even worry about dating. Don't even worry about relationships until you finish school and found a nice job and bought a house. And, you know, the list can keep going on and on and on. And it's like, okay, there's really no need to do that, to be honest, because no matter where you're at in life, you will always meet somebody who's at your vibrational match. Okay? You'll always end up in your most significant relationships will always be a strong vibrational match to wherever you are at. So you don't have to wait until everything is perfect. Yeah, look at that. We have the 9 of Cups. You're going to be single, thinking to yourself, you know what? I think I'm ready for my 10 of Cups moment, but you're not quite where you want to be at financially or like with your personal foundation. You keep building that up for yourself. Working really hard to make money, save money, you know, get the car, the home, the whatever you want. You're going to be on that journey, on that path. It really is a pathway. It really is a journey because it's one that never ends. Even if you were to buy your dream property, you may change your mind. You may want something else at some point, you know. It's a journey that never ends. Desires are never fully satiated. They just change once you achieve them. So try not to fall into the trap of closing your heart off. just because you don't have everything you want. I've met multiple people in my life who, met the absolute perfect match for them and let it go because they were like, oh, well, I'm in school, or I don't have the job that I want. I'm applying for jobs. I can't possibly commit right now. I feel like this is a problem, especially with men, because men are falsely told throughout their life that, their worth, their value is in being good providers. And nothing is so like one note, There's so much, your worth is in who you are. It's not in your achievements. It's not in any of that. It's just who you are. You're lovable just the way you are, just like Mr. Rogers said. And so a lot of people are told that, men and women, do this first before you worry, or, oh, like, this is your worth, this is your value. And it's like, no, you're so much more than that. Yeah, I love how we're literally reading by candlelight now because, like, we can see the flicker on the table at this point. Oh, my God. All right. Moving on. We don't need to see. Honestly, when I watch tarot readings, I don't even look at the screen. I just listen. That's why I describe everything in detail. I want my blind friends to know what's going on the cards. And also, a lot of you will be blind in a second, probably. So, anyways, anything else? We got a lot more cards to get. They're just not wanting to come out. Okay, I spoke too soon. We have the 9 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. Struggling with, like, receiving love, opening your heart up to love. A lot of you struggle to receive. Yeah, that may be a subconscious blockage to your love life. The feeling of not being open to receiving that which you deserve. So that may be something you want to work on. We have the 7 of Swords. We have the Hanged Man upright. Okay. Another thing that you have to be cautious of is falling for the wrong type of person here. We described this person as, a former people pleaser, someone who's a really good giver. We saw traits of either within you or this person. You feel very similar, so it's hard for me to differentiate who is you and who is your person. But we saw traits here of having a blocked heart chakra due to everything we just described. And it's important for you when you're dating, when you're flirting, when you're getting to know people, not to waste your time with people who they themselves have a closed heart, who is emotionally unavailable. Okay? And waiting for them to change, waiting for their scenario to change. Some of you guys may have already done this. Okay? When you choose emotionally unavailable partners who feel unworthy of receiving your love, like you can be the perfect match for them absolutely in every way, and they may tell you, oh, well, I'm just focused on career right now, or I'm focused on school, or I'm focused on this or that, like, oh, I don't know if I'm ready for a relationship, blah, 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 blah. And you keep trying and waiting and dating and pushing and forcing and chasing, you are blocking your heart chakra. And that is a reflection of the subconscious belief that you are not worthy to receive. This is what I'm talking about. This is a hard thing to heal from because you don't consciously realize it when you're doing it. But if you date people who are emotionally unavailable or inconsistent, that's a sign of a blocked heart chakra. That's a sign of not being able to receive. That is a sign of not having a good enough self-worth. And you can sit here and think you're pretty. You can think you have a lot to offer. That is not core self-worth to the bones, Like, just because you don't have issues with your appearance or your body, that doesn't mean that you have a good self-esteem. That doesn't mean that you have good self-worth. Because if you had good self-worth, you would not be waiting for people who are unavailable. So this is a huge message from your spirit guides. On the journey to getting to this future spouse, you may have experienced, or hopefully won't experience now that we're talking about it, emotionally unavailable or avoidant people. You may have waited for those people. You may have tried to change them or fix them or whatever it may be. And that was a subconscious sign of low self-worth. And you may have never realized, may have never viewed yourself as somebody with low self-worth, but just by staying in those situations, that is self-worth in action. Like low self-worth in action, I mean. So, yeah, and you may have thought of those people as your soulmates, as your future spouse, but they were false, okay? Because this is what Spirit's saying. Your future spouse is not going to do that. They're going to want to be with you. I promise you. They're going to show signs of like, hey, I want to be here. And I feel like you both may have that past, that history, okay? So one or both of you may have been the person who chased emotionally avoidant, unavailable people, or you may have been that emotionally avoidant, unavailable person. Actually, those two archetypes are the same exact person, okay? Because if you are attracted to emotionally unavailable people, you yourself are emotionally unavailable, okay? That's a sign. That is a sign. Because you're not making yourself open and available to the people who are emotionally here and ready for you. Oh, man. We're really doing this by candlelight. Okay. Let's see what else wants to come out. We have the sun in reverse. Yeah, guys. When you feel like you firmly break out of this cycle in your life, the cycle of either being a little hoe, chasing after emotionally unavailable or avoidant people, and you're just like sick of that phase in your life, and you're like, there's no way, zero chances I'm ever going to go back to that way of living. That is when this person's going to come in, okay? And they're going to be at exactly the same page, same timeline as you on that. Yeah. The sun in reverse, I view it as a good card. I view it as, beautiful, beautiful things are worth waiting for. And you may have had to kiss a few frogs before you found your Prince Charming or your Cinderella or whatever the heck, insert name of princess. We have the Hierophant in reverse. Yeah, both free thinkers. We see this. Very non-traditional couple, okay? So even if you do get married, there may be a non-traditional element to it, like you may have like a black wedding dress or something, or just an unusual, non-typical way that you operate your relationship. We have the King of Pentacles in reverse and the Six of Cups upright. I love how we have the King and Queen of Pentacles right near each other, both in reverse. Yeah, you both had to go through this healing journey, very similar healing journey to come together. We have the Six of Cups here, which shows that like the very basis of this relationship, the very basis of this friendship, y'all have a really great friendship, okay? I mean, obviously flirting, passionate stuff, they can certainly be there for sure. But like I said, you work well as a team. You love talking to each other, gossiping with each other. Like that friendship energy is there in addition to the romantic energy. And I feel like that is like the healthiest way you can have a relationship. So that's another thing to look out for. Let's see. One or both of you may also be animal lovers. I am seeing that. We have the Six of Swords in reverse. Yeah, here's that story again, like overcoming this sort of toxicity, overcoming your hoe phase, overcoming your chasing emotionally unavailable people phase, and as a result being emotionally unavailable phase. Yeah, I'm wondering if some of you were like chasing or loving people who were emotionally unavailable, not getting your needs met, and then you had to get your needs met through more casual connections. That could be someone's story here. And you're just sick of that whole process, that journey. Like, it's like you've been in the same cycle so many times, heartbroken so many times, and it's like you finally learn your lesson, and then it's like right after you finally learn that lesson, this love becomes available. Really beautiful. Yeah, and I feel like a lot of you are at that point right now, and that's why you're drawn to this reading. I mean, everyone watching could be at different points in the journey. So, road to your future spouse. We have the 10 of Pentacles. Kind of came out like neutral because it's like kind of in reverse and kind of outright. So neutral, 10 of Pentacles, and look at that. This is confirming what we were saying. Like, y'all are gonna be wealthy together, honestly. Like, I'm seeing good long retirement. Retiring at like the earliest age possible. Also, we see that golden retriever there twice. So y'all might have dogs together eventually. Maybe not right away, but eventually. Or you may already have dogs. And yeah, this is a family. Like creating a family together, even if you don't want children, even if you don't have children, I definitely see family elements. So like dogs, cats, birds, reptiles, a ton of plants, something like that. There's a family element here, a shared friend group that feels like family. But yeah, a lot of you will probably either adopt or have your own child as well. I do see that. If you don't already, that is. And even if you do, you could again if you want. I don't know. There is an element here of you guys adopting, though. I am seeing adoption very strongly. Either a child or an animal, okay? I am seeing that at some point in your journey together, after you're already together. I am seeing an adoption taking place. Or one or both of you may be adopted, too. That could also be a possibility. Something about adoption somewhere in your life. All right. But yeah, this is confirming, like, you're gonna be the rich couple. I would say, like, let me be your friend, but I probably can't keep up. All right, we have the Tower upright, and we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse here. Yeah, I similar to, I think it was group number 2, or was it your reading? I don't even remember now. I was saying, like, you just want to be around each other, like, even if you're at a party or something, like, you just want to be close to each other. And I'm definitely getting that for you as well. And I feel like you're both, like, when you get into this relationship, you both have a lot of horror stories about the past, about relationships you were in and everything. So I feel like there's this feeling of before you meet each other, you just get to the point where you're like, yeah, I'm just ready for to just settle down. I don't want to settle. I want to settle down, you know? Like, I just want a nice person, low drama, no drama, someone I work well with. You know, we're compatible, someone who's kind to me, and we can just enjoy being wealthy together. I think in the past, a lot of you may have chased that fairy tale romance. And but the idea of what that fairy tale romance, that passion was for you in the past was very toxic. You know, you were chasing a feeling that only really came up when you would be in these toxic connections where you're like chasing someone emotionally unavailable. Those hits of love and romance that you get when you're with somebody who's emotionally unavailable, they feel so much stronger than a nice, consistent, healthy relationship, because when something is more rare, your brain releases more dopamine, and that's how love addiction can form. That's how chasing after someone can form. That's how all these people who are obsessed with their twin flame journey with someone who lives 2 countries away and hasn't talked to them in 12 years begins, honestly. You become addicted because the communication is so sparse that when they do finally give you that hit of attention and communication and, you know, they actually show interest, you know, it feels so rewarding. And that's when people begin to believe, like, oh, this is my soulmate. This is my twin flame, blah, 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 blah. It's meant to be, but it's inconsistent. Okay. And I'm seeing a lot of you had to shatter relationships, a relationship or multiple relationships that had that sort of pattern, that theme, before you meet this person. And you get to the point where you realize, you know what, even if I don't have the same soul shattering, like, addiction to this person, even if it is healthy and consistent, we can create that passion together by making tons of money and using that money to do really fun, passionate things together, like skydiving or boat riding, or I don't know, whatever your thing is. Like I said, wealth is a huge thing that you guys will share together, and it'll feel so good. Yeah, like just not having to worry about that. Oh my God, I'm jealous. I love this. I love this connection. It'll feel really good too. Like you love each other. It is passionate, don't get me wrong. But yeah, that's the thing. And this is something that a lot of people aren't going to talk about, but I'm going to talk about it because it's coming up in your reading. everybody wants this soul-shatteringly passionate connection, but I feel like you both experienced that in the past. It wasn't healthy, it was toxic. And you're just at, it's almost like your heart had to break into smithereens to the point where it's like, okay, I'm ready to like never date again. Because that was your tower moment. It had to break all of those delusional like fantasies and things. And you meet each other and it just feels a lot more secure. And, you know, perhaps because the both of you had experienced such extremes in the past, or one or both of you may have also had a literal addiction in the past to, if not love, if not to the twin flame journey, then to something else. Okay. And an addiction literally changes your brain chemistry. It changes how sensitive you are to dopamine. When you experience those high levels of dopamine, serotonin, the feel good hormones, you know, falling in love with a healthy relationship just is not going to ever reach that peak. That is psychologically how addictions form, you know? That's why a lot of drug addicts, alcoholics, things like that, they can't be around drugs or alcohol decades after the fact because their brain has literally like never experienced that peak level of feel-good hormones since then. And nobody talks about how boring life can be, how boring, you know, relationships, whatever, could be after you experience some sort of heavy codependency, addiction, on again, off again connection, toxicity. You know, you're at the breaking point where you're craving that boredom. Like, I just want to choose peace, because you realize, you know what, if you had like that toxic addictive cycle in your past, peace can sometimes feel like boredom. Okay, but I feel like you reach a maturing point in your journey where you're like, even if I'm feeling that quote unquote boredom, we can do things together that are passionate. You know, we don't have to find that addictive high within each other. We could do fun and interesting novelty things together, or even separately, you know, like travel or creating our dream home together, you can keep yourself busy and entertained for the rest of your lives. And that's what I'm seeing, a relationship where you're entertained for the rest of your lives. It's just fun to be with each other. But it's going to require a massive tower moment from the both of you, because you both had that addictive mindset, okay? Whether it was a physical addiction to some sort of substance or behavior, or a love addiction, codependency, chasing after emotionally unavailable, avoidant people, or being that emotionally unavailable, avoidant person who tried to meet all your needs through a bunch of people. You know, I'm not going to sit here and discount and lie about your past. Everyone has a past. This person gets that. You're at a similar vibration and you both reached the same conclusion. And that's why you have so much trust in each other, because you're in a very similar mindset of like just wanting that peace, just wanting to be successful in the boring things in life and have a simple life, like Leonard Skinner taught us to have. To just be a simple man or woman or non-binary folk, and love what you got and make the most of it. All right. I can't believe I'm filming in the dark right now. All right, let's see. Message from your spirit guides. Wow, of course you have not for you with this fortune cookie. It's getting hard to see here on the chessboard, and the fortune coming out says nope. It's being held by the hand of the universe. And I'm going to read this message from the booklet. So this oracle deck has multiple messages, and one of the messages for each card is a relationship message. So I want to read your relationship message. The number 6 may be important. The month of June may be important as well. Some relationships carry an innate seed of failure in them that is obvious from the beginning, but the red flags escape your observation or you refuse to acknowledge them. When a relationship is not meant to be, it is not possible to make it be. Rejection is a sign that you're being protected by the divine. If you are the one who must reject another, remember that you do so for both of your sakes. For every pot, there is a lid. This one may not be the best fit. Exactly. See, this is what I'm saying. This is confirmation. Like, you had to accept and reject the toxicity you experienced in the past. You had to have this tower moment with how you approach your own relationships and behavior. You had to completely change what you want to be someone who just wants that peace, that healthy connection before you met this person. If you're already there, this is a sign that you're going to be meeting them pretty soon. If you're not quite there yet, this is the journey to get there. Okay. We have chemistry. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, even though it's not going to be addictive, you have this chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. So this is physical chemistry that you'll have with your person. Spirit's saying you can have a healthy relationship and be passionately attracted to someone and really smoothly get along with them, you know, have great conversations for hours and hours and hours, strong physical chemistry, all of the aspects that you loved about your connections in the past. You can have that in a healthy connection that lasts a lifetime. And in fact, with this person, I do see that being the case here. It's important to be attracted to your partner physically. It really is. It's not surface level at all, let me tell you. Let me tell you from personal experience. I dated people who I was not attracted to in the past, like when I was like a teenager, and I put a lot of effort in my appearance. They did not put any effort into their appearance, and when we would have arguments, I noticed like when I would argue with people like that versus people I was actually attracted to, the people I was actually attracted to got away with a lot more. I had a lot more tolerance for them versus the people I was not attracted to. It's weird. It sounds so surface level, but you know, these are the things that nobody talks about that they need to talk about. You need to be attracted to your partner. It's just a fact. Also, it's not fair to your partner if you're not attracted to them, because everyone is extremely beautiful in their own way. And it's just the wildest thing to me when I meet somebody who's not attracted to their partner. It's like, you need to understand that your partner could easily have like 1,000 different people chasing after them. You know, I live in a major city, and everybody, guaranteed, everybody, they go on any dating app, they'll have like 1,000 matches. Okay. And most of those people would want to marry them, would want to like think they're the hottest person in the world. So why the heck are you wasting their time if you're not even attracted to them? Like, crazy. I don't get it. So you're going to be attracted to this person. All right. Don't go after anyone you're not. We have healing family issues coming up. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Yeah, I think that's like everyone. But I definitely see, obviously, the romance angels feel like you need to know that for some reason. So, and it's not to say you need to have a perfect relationship with your parents and then you'll meet this person. Like, no, on the journey of releasing resentment from your childhood and your past, you will improve your love life. Even if you're already with somebody that you're married to, that you love, that you're going to spend the rest of your life with, even your relationship with them will improve when you resolve any issues that still linger from childhood or family issues. Definitely. Anything else, romance angels? I feel like that's it. Okay, thank you guys for joining me. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe to the channel if you've not already. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I also offer my intention oils there and spiritual life coaching sessions there, so check it out. Bye-bye.